Mookie Collier has everyone in Bluefield dreaming of another state championship, leading his team to a 13-0 record in the Class AA state title game. But Fairmont Senior has something to say about that. Led by WVU commit Dante Stills, the Polar Bears are fresh off a 35-6 drubbing of top seed Mingo Central in the semifinals. The same team they lost to in last year's title game. It's Fairmont Senior and Bluefield next for the Class AA championship. What began in the heat of August will end tonight in the chill of the first weekend of December at Wheeling Island Stadium. The Beavers and Polar Bears both arriving to Wheeling Island in the Class AA state championship game. The anticipation is at peak level. It is Fairmont Senior and the Bluefield Beavers. Hello again, everybody. Travis Jones along with Brad Howe. We welcome you to the island. Intriguing matchup for the Class AA title here tonight. You've got a Beaver team, Brad, trying to wrap up a season undefeated with a state championship. Fairmont Senior trying to avenge a loss in last year's title game.
Yeah, you said it. Bluefield, a storied program, 10 state titles, but they haven't been here to Wheeling since '09. Fairmont Senior back in Wheeling for the first time in history in back-to-back seasons.
Look at the road to Wheeling for both these ball clubs. Fairmont Senior is the 4 seed, had to go through Mingo Central, the reigning Class AA state champions. Polar Bears, big win last Saturday down in Mingo County, 35-6 the final score. Meanwhile, Bluefield defeated Bridgeport, the Indians, 37-14 at Mitchell Stadium last Friday night. Dante Stills, will watch him tonight, number 55 for Fairmont Senior. Bound for WVU. He's a unique guy, speed, power, and certainly he is a big disruptive force.
Yeah, you said it. He does it all, and he's one of the most highly recruited players ever to come out of West Virginia. So if Fairmont Senior is going to claim the title tonight, he has got to be big for this team.
So Fairmont Senior had to go on the road and defeat Mingo Central, one of the best scoring offenses in the state. They got it done defensively last week, and Connor Neal, the junior quarterback that no one is talking about, 29 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the season.
That's an amazing touchdown to interception ratio. So he's doing exactly what you want out of your quarterback. Limit mistakes, march down the field, and get it in the end zone.
That's been a good Polar Bear offense all season, put up 35 against the Miners. For Bluefield, it is ground and pound. They run the football, and number 3, Mookie Collier, 2,000 yards rushing, 32 touchdowns, and he ran through a very good Bridgeport defense last week for 300 yards.
Eye-popping numbers, Travis. 15 yards a carrier, so keep your eye on number 3 this evening for Bluefield.
Along with Truck Edwards, their pounding fullback. The senior has over 1,000 yards rushing on the season. So it's strength on strength. Bluefield's rush offense against a very stingy Fairmont Senior defense. The Class AA title is on the line. Bluefield and Fairmont Senior. And kickoff from Wheeling Island Stadium is next.
No matter where you live in West Virginia, high school sports makes an impact in our communities. Each year, nearly 90,000 students compete while their family and friends cheer on their teams. MVB Bank is honored to support our student athletes and present the MVB Bank Champions Cup, awarded to the state's most successful schools. MVB Bank salutes the WVSSAC and our student athletes. MVB Bank, your most valuable bank and a corporate champion of the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission. MVB Bank, member FDIC.
Sports have always been a part of my life, and to go out there and represent my school, my community, and my family, it means everything. My reason why is team.
Garrett Cullen inviting you to join us on Wednesday nights from 7:06 until 9 o'clock as we talk high school sports across the Mountain State. The Metro News High School Sports Line. Interviews with players and coaches every week. Metro News High School Sports Line.
Back inside Wheeling Island Stadium, Freddie Simon and his Bluefield Beavers are set to go. Take on Fairmont Senior tonight for the Class AA state title game. Kickoff just moments away. The third man on our telecast here tonight for WVMetroNews.com is Garrett Cullen. Garrett, some history between these two schools despite the difference or the distance in the miles.
Yeah, guys, they're 200 miles apart, so when they do meet, it's going to be on a big stage like this. Now, there is a little bit of recent history between those two schools. You go back to the girls' basketball state championship just in March, and it was Fairmont Senior beating Bluefield in that title game. We talked with Bryson Gilbert, one of the standouts for Fairmont Senior on the high school sports line, looking forward to facing off against Mookie Collier, an opponent he's faced on the basketball court a lot. So a little bit of familiarity between those two schools.
All right, thanks a lot, Garrett. Nick Bartik, first-year head coach for the Polar Bears of Fairmont Senior, but certainly not a stranger to the program. He was the defensive coordinator for the Polar Bears under J.L. Abbott, who resigned and retired after 9 seasons last year, leading the Polar Bears here to Wheeling Island Stadium, and that runner-up finish to Mingo Central. Well, Fairmont Senior will receive the football to start this game, and Colin Paris has it teed up for the Bluefield Beavers as the anticipation is over. Everybody talking this week about this game, probably the most chatter of all the three, and we're going to go squib to start the game. Fairmont Senior will field that short kick, so the Polar Bears going to have a short field to work with to start the game. And as we know, Brad, starts to these games, particularly state championships, are so important. Nerves, guys straining, probably trying to do too much. So it's going to be Fairmont Senior that will get the ball first.
Yeah, that's a critical part of this is you want your guys amped up, Travis, but not so amped up that they're jumping off sides here. So keeping emotions in check is going to be a key early.
We'll get to see Connor Neal for the first time, the 6'1", 185-pound junior. Threw for just under 200 yards last week in the win over Mingo Central. Bryson Gilbert gets the handoff on first down, and he's going to be tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Taken down by J.J. Davis, the left outside linebacker. So Bryson Gilbert's a difference maker, too. He's a guy that's had an outstanding year. As we look at Connor Neal's numbers, 29 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and Bryson Gilbert has played a big part in a lot of those Connor Neal big plays this year.
Yeah, very versatile kid, 1,300 yards rushing on the season, so he's a guy that they can absolutely use as a weapon, running the ball where he can catch it a little bit as well.
Yeah, also big in special teams for Fairmont Senior. Second down and long on the second snap of the game. 4-man rush from Bluefield. Neal is going to throw. He's got a man wide open. Pass caught. Antonio Parsons inside the 15. Tackled down at the 13. Wide open in the slot. Parsons got behind the linebackers in front of the safeties.
What a great job by the Fairmont Senior offensive line. Neal had a great pocket, tons of time to throw, and found Parsons wide open up the middle there.
His favorite target, Connor Neal's 36th catch on the season for Antonio Parsons, and put it right on the button. And Fairmont Senior in the red zone for the first time tonight. Fairmont Senior all season very good in the red zone. Neal just 2 interceptions and nearly threw his third. Looked left, came back right, and did not see J.J. Davis breaking on the ball, and Davis will not have another easier interception than that one.
Well, not only was it almost an interception, Travis, I'm not so sure that's not a pick six if he doesn't come up with it, because there was a lot of green in front of him right there. Big break for the Polar Bears.
Trying to force it into J.D. Smith. So Connor Neal, perhaps for Fairmont Senior, got that bad throw out early in this game. As the Polar Bears go broken eye to the right. The 2 receivers out to the right. Gilbert gets the handoff. Nice block on the perimeter. Gilbert fighting his way into the end zone for the Fairmont Senior touchdown. So a handoff off the right end, and you can see contact, Brad. That's Bryson Gilbert, 6'1", 215, very strong kid as he carried Shamar Harrison into the end zone.
Well-designed play, and it looked like Caleb Walker on the far side there, Travis, got a good block to seal the defenders and give him room around the outside.
Frankie Smith misses the extra point. So Fairmont Senior will get the touchdown from Bryson Gilbert, his 20th rushing touchdown on the season, on a nice 4-play drive for Fairmont Senior. And again, Bryson Gilbert just running so strong. Takes more than one Beaver to get him to the ground.
Well, and that was what we've seen all year from Fairmont Senior in terms of we've seen them be able to throw the ball and run the ball. They did both on that drive right there, Trav.
We talk so much about it in high school football in West Virginia. You get, particularly at the AA and single A levels, when you get to Wheeling Island, when you get teams that are balanced and can do both, they present a lot of problems because, let's face it, a lot of teams don't have quarterbacks like Connor Neal that can emulate that in practice.
Yeah, you're right. And listen to these stats on the season. Nearly 2,300 rushing yards for Fairmont Senior on the year, 2452 passing-wise. So they truly are balanced between the run and the pass.
Balance on display on that drive. Connor Neal with the big pass play and the touchdown run from Bryson Gilbert. So Fairmont Senior draws first blood. If memory serves, they jumped in front of Mingo Central last year early in that game. And Mingo came roaring back. It's Bluefield's opportunity with the ball following the kickoff. Smith going to skip it back. Ball's returned by Jameer Edwards. And he finds a crease, runs hard, and brings it over the 35 to the 38-yard line. And that's where Chandler Cooper will go to work, the junior quarterback. 9 touchdown passes, 2 interceptions. Last week, this Bluefield team did not attempt a pass against Bridgeport. Didn't need to. Rushed for 400 yards.
That's almost hard to believe. Say that again.
Didn't attempt to pass. Well, going up against Bridgeport, Bridgeport only attempted 3, I believe.
Yeah.
That game was over in about an hour and a half. I formation, Truck Edwards is the fullback. They'll start off with the fullback dive, and that is Truck Edwards, and he'll bring it out to the 42-yard line. We'll talk a lot about Dante Stills, number 55, the defensive lineman, defensive right end for Fairmont Senior. But I want you to watch Zach Frazier tonight. He's another kid that's getting a lot of talk, being a Division I prospect, number 54, the sophomore. If you look at his numbers, 71 tackles on the season. You see Stills' outstanding year, but he is only about 10 total tackles off Stills' numbers this season. Here's Frazier chasing. Mookie Collier's loose. 40. Collier inside the 35, and he'll take it down to the 34-yard line on the first carry of the night for the senior, Mookie Collier.
So there's Mookie Collier doing Mookie Collier things. Got a good block by Truck Edwards on the kick out that sprung him up that seam, and that's what you cannot give him if you're Fairmont State. They're lucky he didn't pop it there, because when he gets in the open field, he's hard to bring down, Travis.
15 yards per carry this season for Mookie Collier, a guy that's really made a late push for the Metro News Player of the Year, the award that will be announced next week. I formation, toss to Collier, this time penetration, and Stills takes him down, and Collier is slow to get up. He will after a yard loss, and now with Stills just kind of got a brush on him.
And that was a good job by Stills getting penetration, and he's a guy that should live in the backfield, Travis. 30 tackles for loss this season for Dante Stills.
Mason Walker, the starting left tackle. Got Deontay Powell, the left guard. Julius Gaddy, the center. Nathan Pettis, the right guard, and Sean Martin, the right tackle for Bluefield on 2nd down and 11. Quick handoff and the trap play for Truck Edwards. He'll take it down to the 32-yard line as he runs in the awaiting arms of Fairmont Senior's defenders, as Zach Frazier and Magnus Sheets teamed up on the tackle.
Yeah, that's what's so impressive, Travis, about this Bluefield offense is it's not tricky. It's not necessarily scheme. They're going to give it in the gut to Truck Edwards up the middle, or they're going to do those toss sweeps to Mookie Collier. Both have been so effective all season.
First 3rd down attempt of the game. It's a 3rd and long, and we're going to have a flag. And it's going to be a sideline warning on Fairmont Senior. So it'll be just indeed that, a warning. No yardage will be marked off. So Bluefield a 3rd and 8. So Polar Bear defense surrendering 154 yards rushing in the playoffs. And only 2 backs this year have rushed for more than their season average coming in. That's Jacob White from Lewis County and Javon Davidson from RCB. Here's Collier, runs through the first tackle and is dropped at the 24-yard line. Stopped on the play by Nate Kowalski. And that's going to be good enough to move the sticks. So Collier needs 8, got 8 and a first down for Bluefield. 6-0 Fairmont Senior.
That was good vision there by Mookie Collier. Did you see him come up to the line? He identified where Stills was. He gave it a little jitterbug step, popped to the outside, got enough for the first down there.
1st and 10. The interesting thing about Stills is in terms of do you run at him or away from him, as the handoff goes up the middle to Truck Edwards. Steady dive to the fullback down to the 20. Talk to some coaches, you're better off running at him because you don't have to block him as long. He's so athletic, Brad, that he makes a lot of plays from backside, runs them down. You can't block him that long, and typically he has the speed to catch most backs. Collier might be the exception.
Yeah, and there's your challenge because he's big, strong, and fast. So if you run away, he can run you down. You run at him, he's strong enough to shed blocks.
Counter handoff going to Collier, and good ball pursuit for Fairmont Seniors. They get a pair of defenders there on the scene, as leading the charge was Kowalski. 2nd tackle in a row, and Magnus Sheets, as you see, Stills fell off of him. Now we talked about play side and backside. There was a case that was backside, and still got there.
It'll be interesting to watch Bluefield down here as the field gets compacted with less room. Collier's lived so much this season on big plays. What can they do when it gets tight down here by the red zone?
Collier on the toss, well blocked. Collier breaks a tackle, dances to the first down. He'll have the ball inside the 10 as he's wrestled out at the 9. Boy, it's amazing the amount of pep that Collier still has in these runs, considering the amount of carries he's gotten on the season.
He's got some tremendous stop and go, too. I'm not comparing him yet to Tavon Austin, but he gave you a little bit of that there, right? He came up to the line, slowed, then kicked it in and got around Caleb Walker on the outside.
Averaging 157 rushing yards per game for Eddie Simon. 35th year as the Bluefield head coach, has his team inside the 10-yard line, looking for the tie and potentially the lead. Truck Edwards gets it, and he fights off defenders. And what an amazing run. Truck Edwards fighting his way in the end zone for the Bluefield touchdown. It was literally a fight as Edwards, stiff arm, spinning, pirouetting into the end zone for the Beaver touchdown.
Travis, that's one of the best 9-yard runs you're going to see in the history of football. I don't care what level you're talking about. Takes it right up the middle. He was stopped at the line of scrimmage. He was just carrying Polar Bear defenders into the end zone. That's a state championship effort there from Truck Edwards.
Owens had him first. Sheets had him second. And he finally spun away, and the extra point from Paris is added. And Bluefield answers right back with 6:26 to play in the opening quarter. And one of the best runs you'll ever see in a state championship game. They call him Truck, and there's a reason. Edwards plowing his way in for the Beaver touchdown.
"70 years ago, the Kennedy Award was created. It's the highest honor presented to the state's top high school football player. Some of the greatest names to ever play the game here in the Mountain State have had their name inscribed on the Kennedy Award. CEC, Civil and Environmental Consultants, has chosen to support the Kennedy Award in high school sports in West Virginia. That's because, like great athletes, CEC works each and every day to be the very best. CEC, big firm capabilities, small firm culture."
time to reconnect with who we are. Proud, hardworking, resilient. West Virginia.
Well, a memorable touchdown run from Truck Edwards, the senior fullback. 4 carries on that drive, 20 yards, and he took it out from 9 yards away. Mookie Collier, 42 yards on 5 carries on the opening drive. But Brad, what an impressive start to this game offensively for both of these teams.
Well, you called it. Who's going to be able to get stops tonight? Because both offenses extremely impressive on the opening possession right there.
Going to go short kick once again. Paris on a sky kick, and that is fielded. And immediately the hit is applied. And getting up slow, making that catch was Gage Michael. And he'll walk off, but he got run over on that one. Just a solid shot applied by Jameer Edwards.
Michael did a good job just holding on to that ball, Travis.
So Bluefield goes sky kick after a squib kick to start the game. So they're conceding some field position to this high-powered Fairmont senior offense. All right, 7-6 Bluefield with the successful point after, has a 1-point lead. As Connor Neal surveys, Neal on that opening drive, 1 of 2, had the big 45-yard hookup to Antonio Parsons. Swing pass. This is Parsons. Turns upfield, gets the outside, 45 shoved out near midfield. Jake Pittman, just a simple throw down the line. A good block there on both the slot and outside.
Yeah, Caleb Walker with his second nice block of the game, and then Pittman on the far side with the block allowed the pop there for the yardage. So far, Travis, this Fairmont senior blocking has been outstanding, not just along the offensive line, but now we've mentioned Caleb Walker's name twice in a blocking role. They're doing a really good job with protection.
At their own 47, little speed option, pitch out. And Caleb Walker breaks a tackle. These backs running hard, and he gets wrestled down at the 43. So count that off of the 10-yard gain near a Fairmont senior first down.
Got to be impressed here with the diversity of the Fairmont senior offense so far. We've seen them do a bunch of different things. Wide receiver screen the last play. Then they come back with a little option pitch there from Neal.
Walker's 70th carry on the season, averaging 7 yards a carry. So a bevy of weapons. The chain gang is in from across the way to eyeball this one. Good crowd here tonight. Beautiful night for football on the first night of December in the state of West Virginia. Just short. And as Brad and I were talking before we went on the air, no wind at all. That might be a first here at Wheeling Island Stadium in all the years that we've been coming here for the Super 6 championship with this island situated smack dab in the middle of the Ohio River. There's typically some type of wind coming off the river, but a very tranquil night here tonight. 38 degrees, clear, and should be a beautiful weekend for football here at Wheeling Island. 2 championship games coming up tomorrow.
Now here's an interesting play and down for Fairmont Senior. You got to figure the whole playbook is wide open here, Travis, on just second and less than a yard.
Well, we've seen Neal go deep once already. Might be a throwaway down. Have man coverage on Jake Pittman wide to your screen. Twins up top. Long count from Neal. Plenty of time on the play clock. It just now reaches 7 seconds. Bluefield shows blitz. Going to hand it off to Bryson Gilbert. Gilbert dances to the 35, and he'll run down to the 33-yard line where he's tackled by Shamar Harrison. So Fairmont plays it safe. Just a simple handoff to Gilbert, but well blocked again. Both these teams blocking well, not only on the outside, but the interior.
Yeah, you're right. Fairmont Senior just has big holes to run through right now. There was another one right there for Gilbert.
Fairmont doesn't huddle, but they don't run a hurry up per se. Get everybody set at the line of scrimmage. Here comes a blitz. Neal stands in. He steps up. He wings it deep downfield, overthrown and nearly intercepted. Trying to get Caleb Walker. And again, an opportunity for an interception as that one sailed over the head of Russ Coleman. And we have a holding flag also on the play. A holding in the Fairmont Senior offensive backfield.
You know, he almost inadvertently had Pittman on the far side of that. Pittman thought he was out of the route, but the ball was overthrown enough that Pittman almost ran under it for a touchdown.
So first flag of the game that is applied. We had a sideline warning. Goes on a Fairmont hold. Polar Bears take the ball back to their own 43-yard line.
Now this is a big play right here, Travis. You've got to get some of these yards. If you could just get it back to the original sticks, you're in good shape.
Hand it to Gilbert. Gilbert will get hit after picking up a few yards on that one. Ran into a solid shot from Arnold Martin, the 6-foot, 210-pound junior. So on 1st and 20, they did indeed get back some of it. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 16. Fairmont seniors won 8 straight after that loss to University at Milan Pharmaceutical Stadium in Morgantown. They've averaged 40 points per game over that stretch. So this has been a high-powered offense all season under the first-year starter, Connor Neal. Neal steps up, runs forward, breaks a tackle, and goes down at the 32-yard line. J.J. Davis has been very active defensively, comes over to make the tackle, and here comes a big 3rd down for Fairmont Senior. Neal just running up and trying to escape. Able to get back 6 yards of that. It's Fairmont Senior in a 3rd and 10. Polar Bears just about 50% on 3rd down conversions this season. Neal, plenty of time to survey. Now he's pressured, gets away from Mullins, rolls out and looks, has green grass at the 30, and he is upended at the 26-yard line. Going to be short of the 1st down, as coming over to upset the apple cart was Coleman.
Bluefield did a nice job there, because it looked as if once he took off and got around the outside, there was a lot of green there. Caleb Walker with another good block on the outside. It looked like Neal was going to get there, but Bluefield closed in a hurry there, Trev.
As you can see, Dante Stills with the Bluefield only rushing 3 guys. He was standing around looking for somebody to block. 4th and 3. Fairmont 9 of 18 on 4th down conversions. Go back to that speed option, and Bryson Gilbert is in trouble, and he is down. Arnold Martin with penetration off the edge. And Bluefield not fooled, and the Beavers get the first big stop of the game. So the Beaver defense gets a stop from Arnold Martin on 4th down, as the Polar Bears cannot overcome that holding penalty. It stalls out the drive. With 3:30 to play in the opening quarter. Collier and the truck when we come back. Bluefield leading Fairmont Senior 7-6 after a big 4th down stop. Beavers ball next.
Hogging the internet is your right. You should be able to stream video, access cloud applications, and download large files as much as you want. But without fiber, the internet can be frustrating. So get CityNet's fiber optic network. It's the fastest internet available. It's thousands of times faster than those little pickies and has the best reliability with virtually unlimited bandwidth. So go ahead. It's okay. Hog the internet. Get the fastest internet on a network that's built to last.
Get the edge in your competition and reach for a low-fat chocolate milk. It's packed with the nutrients you need to fuel up. For more information, visit drink-milk.com.
There once was a child named Emma who was warm and happy. But that was a long, long time ago. Now, most of all, she misses listening to old Christmas records and sharing a meal with family. But all around the city, people are fighting to help folks just like Emma. And thanks to them, she will once again hear music at Christmas, feel the warmth of shelter, a good meal, and a little hope.
Well, Bluefield, big fourth down stop midway through this opening quarter. Set to get the ball back, leading 7-6. Travis Jones along with Brad Howe, Garrett Cullen back here at Wheeling Island Stadium. Thanks for joining us on the Class AA State Championship game. So Bluefield takes over at the 31-yard line. Start out with that dive again to Truck Edwards, and he churns his way out with, again, a defender, Elijah Posey, just hanging on for dear life.
He's really powerful, Travis. He keeps those legs going, as we saw in the touchdown run. And even though that wasn't a huge play, pick up 5 on first down, you're in great shape.
You look at the numbers this season on Truck Edwards, 142 yards coming in, or 142 carries rather, 1,073 yards and 20 touchdowns. He had a buck 11 last week and a touchdown against Bridgeport. Collier calling his blocking, and that blocking doesn't develop, as Dante Stills along with Zach Frazier. Stills gobbling up the blocks inside, and Frazier slides over to make the stop. You're going to hear a lot about this young guy over the next couple of years. Just a sophomore. You see his numbers, 71 tackles. Again, Stills has 81. Tackles for loss, 26 on the year.
Yeah, he's fantastic. 6'2", 265. And they spread him and Sills out, so it's hard to decide where to run because you've got a stud on each side there.
Third down and a yard, and no surprise, Truck Edwards on the fullback dive. And he will fall forward. Actually, the quarterback kept it that time as Chandler Cooper tried to cross him up, and Cooper keeps it. And will sneak through there and pick up the Bluefield first down to the 41.
Cooper did a nice job there, Travis. As soon as he got the ball, his first move was down. Went low and got underneath those Fairmont senior linemen.
Yeah, Cooper this season could be labeled as a game manager, but he can win games for you when he needs to. He threw for 114 yards and 2 touchdowns in the win over Point Pleasant. Counter hand off to Collier, and in the backfield is Dante Stills. And that'll be another tackle for loss on his outstanding senior campaign, a loss of a yard.
He just did a great job right there. Just sidestep the block, and Collier had him down before he could even get started. That's how you do it if you're Dante Stills. And if you're Bluefield, that's the downside of running right at him.
When you're back with top end speed, the way to slow him down is not let him get cranked. A good job there by Dante Stills, future West Virginia Mountaineer. Of course, his brother Darius Stills, currently a defensive lineman of the Mountaineers. Here's Collier. He's getting cranked. 45-50. Collier breaks a tackle. He's loose. 30. Cut back. Look at that. The 25-20. Collier to the house. Touchdown. Mookie Collier. Another highlight reel run for the senior tailback from Bluefield.
That was speed and the moves. He got around the outside there. They ran right at Dante Stills on his side. Good blocking, and then it was all number 3 from there. Great cutback, 2 jump cuts, touchdown Collier.
Just puts so much pressure on you defensively. If you miss one tackle, that's all he needs. Paris to try to add the point after. And the kick is good. Paris had a rough night last week against Bridgeport, but he's perfect tonight. 2 for 2. And the Truck has scored 1. Mookie has scored 1. 5 plays, 69-yard drive. But that was all Mookie Collier on that run.
I mean, those cutbacks and that vision, Travis, is tremendous. You can see his head on a swivel. He's finding the open hole, jump cuts around and into the end zone.
8 carries, 105. That one, 60 yards for the Bluefield touchdown. Beaver offense coming in had scored nearly 600 points this season, averaging 47 points per game. We talked about it, how big are defensive stops in this game? Bluefield gets the first, and they turn it into a quick touchdown drive.
Yeah, and that's why that holding penalty was so critical there on Fairmont Senior as they were starting the drive, but then that put him so far behind the sticks, it was hard to gain that yardage back. And you're right, you advantage Bluefield by giving them the ball back, and that Collier is just so devastating.
Really puts a lot of pressure now on Fairmont Senior's offense to answer. All right, Bluefield has gone pooch the last 2 kickoffs. trying to keep it away from Bryson Gilbert. That's probably a good idea. Gilbert, again, can beat you in special teams as well. Had a huge punt return against Bridgeport earlier this season.
Yeah, and they've done both of those kicks, Travis, have been to the Fairmont senior side of the field, and they do it again.
And another short kick. This one's muffed, loose. Bluefield gets on it with a flag down. Malcolm Miller comes up with the ball after Gage Michael muffed it. But we'll have to check the penalty and see if Bluefield's going to maintain possession of the football.
You got kick catch interference on the kicking team.
So they will not. That penalty will go against Bluefield. So the Polar Bears will maintain possession of the ball. Here's another look.
It was almost identical to the last kickoff as well, where they went right at Gage Michael, and he was able to hang on even though he got hit right after catching it last time. This one just a little bit too close.
Kick catch interference on a kicking team.
So tough call there because Michael had muffed the ball and it was loose. However, Fairmont Senior will maintain possession as the Polar Bears get an early break, and that would be that would have been a crucial mistake for Fairmont Senior.
Yeah, you're right. Mark that moment down. We may look back on that and see how big that was. Now, this is critical here for the Polar Bears. They catch a break right there. They need to go down and score. And if you remember on that first touchdown possession, that happened. It was the dropped interception, then they turned around and scored. Can they capitalize again here on a mistake by Bluefield?
51 yards away. Just a 1 minute and some change remaining in this opening quarter. Collier and Edwards have scored a couple of touchdowns. Bryson Gilbert found the end zone for Fairmont Senior on the opening drive. He gets the call again. Gilbert runs the daylight. He'll take it inside the 40. He runs hard as well. It is going to be tackled down by Truck Edwards at the 38-yard line. So Bryson Gilbert finding some running room early in this game. Gets the Polar Bears down to the Bluefield 38-yard line. It's a first down and 10. Gilbert 6 carries, 36 yards, averaging 6 yards a pop. All right, Neal does a check with me, is ready. Broken eye to the left. On a first and 10 from the 38. Hands it to Gilbert again. Nope, it's a fake. Neal keeps it, runs it to the outside, and he's going to be tackled at the 33-yard line. So good fake there from Neal. We have a flag down, and it is stationed inside the hash, or inside the far side hash. So we'll check the penalty.
Dead ball, personal foul on the defense.
So 15 yards on the end of the Neal run, and the Polar Bears are in business.
Really well-designed play there by Polar Bears. The fake to Gilbert around the outside, and it looked like Truck Edwards got flagged for being on top of the helmet there of Connor Neal when he made the tackle.
My new line of scrimmage is the 17-yard line, first and 10. On what could be the final play of this opening quarter.
For the Polar Bears, you keep it with Gilbert here on the ground. You've had success with the one play, used him as a decoy on the second. You come back to him here.
He'll get it, makes a jump cut, and is tackled on a low tackle at the 14-yard line. That was Edwards on the stop on what will be the final play of this opening quarter. But plenty of fireworks to start this opening quarter as Bryson Gilbert gets Fairmont Senior on the board first, a 6-0 lead. But Bluefield answers back, a touchdown run from Truck Edwards, and then a long run from Mookie Collier. Beavers lead by 8 as we head to the second quarter.
Remember when a trip to the bank meant getting a lollipop reward just because you walked in with mom? At MVB Bank, we want you to feel that stress-free again. We're dedicated to making your life easier with the latest technologies, and our MVB Bank professionals value your trust. So step out of the banking world as you know it and discover convenient, peace-of-mind banking and a rewarding visit every time. MVB Bank, your most valuable bank. Member FDIC.
Score the winning touchdown with a new Ford or Lincoln vehicle from Thornhill, where huge discounts are always in the play call, and total service will keep you fit for every game. For total inventory options, shop Thornhill Ford Lincoln for your next ride.
Score big with total savings every day on new Buick, Chevy, and GMC at Thornhill GM Superstore.
Allow our winning offense to help you score a new GM ride and save every time.
For the best in GM certified sales and service, find new roads to Thornhill GM Superstore.
Back inside Wheeling Island Stadium, Bluefield leading Fairmont Senior 14-6. Very productive opening quarter for Bluefield. Mookie Collier over 100 yards rushing. Truck Edwards with a rushing touchdown. Fairmont Senior trying to get even here, facing a 2nd down and 7. Ball at the Bluefield 14-yard line. Toss sweep taken by Bryson Gilbert. And Gilbert finds a little seam along the sideline. He'll have the ball down to the 7-yard line. It's going to be near a Fairmont Senior 1st down.
That was a nice job by Gilbert right there, just going around the outside. Bluefield had some penetration. Gilbert just ran through him.
Bryson Gilbert running with some purpose tonight. Brad, you have to feel like he probably came into this game with a little chip on his shoulder. Everybody talking about Mookie Collier this week, and you know, Gilbert, a very good back as we've seen.
Yeah, he's been good all season. Nearly 1,300 yards on the season, and he's got 46 already tonight, averaging nearly 6 yards a carry. And they're really working him on this drive.
Over 2,000 yards all-purpose this season as well for Bryson Gilbert. And the Polar Bears have a 1st and goal.
You know, we talk so much about Frazier and Stills on the defensive side, but they're paired up on the right side of this offensive line, too. So it's no surprise that when you see Gilbert get the ball, if they try and attack it over on the right side behind these guys.
Shane Saylor's the center. Magnus Sheets the left guard. Nate Kowalski is the left tackle. 1st and goal for the Polar Bears. Ball at the 7-yard line. And off Gilbert. Falls his blocking. Gilbert to the goal line. Shoulder down. Touchdown. Fairmont Senior. Again running behind Stills and Frazier. And Gilbert does not meet resistance until he's at the goal line. Lowered his shoulder. And Fairmont Senior with an early decision to make. 2 or 1.
This is a fun two-way matchup with Truck Edwards and Dante Stills just flipping sides of the ball. That time, Truck Edwards came up to fill the hole. Stills met him and just moved him out of the way, allowed Gilbert to walk into the end zone.
All right, Fairmont Senior will go for 2. To try to even the score at 14. Shovel pass. Running in for 2. Taking that one in is Rhett Heston. We're tied at 14, so a big response for the Polar Bears of Fairmont Senior. A 51-yard drive after the near fumble on the kickoff return. And Fairmont back to even.
No matter where you live in West Virginia, high school sports makes an impact in our communities. Each year, nearly 90,000 students compete while their family and friends cheer on their teams. MVB Bank is honored to support our student athletes and present the MVB Bank Champions Cup, awarded to the state's most successful schools. MVB Bank salutes the WVSSAC and our student athletes. MVB Bank, your most valuable bank and a corporate champion of the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission. MVB Bank, member FDIC.
When you drive impaired in West Virginia, you break the law and endanger the lives of others. Law enforcement across the state is committed to keeping impaired drivers off the road. If you drive impaired, be prepared to pay the price. There are consequences. It's simple, West Virginia. Drive sober or get pulled over.
I got the idea to come to Concord basically through my family, because Concord was a small school and it was close to home. I'm a computer science major, and I didn't know what my potential was before I came to Concord. And after I got here, I realized that I can do whatever I set my mind to, and people here have really shown me that that's possible, and I'm very grateful for that.
Back at Wheeling Island Stadium, Nick Bartik, head coach of the Fairmont Senior Polar Bears in his first season. Great coaching and athletic lineage in that family. Number 42 right in the center of your screen is Sonny Bartik. His father played on the 1967 Fairmont State National Championship team, NAIA. Of course, Fairmont State celebrated the 50th year of that team, led by the legendary head coach Deacon Duvall this year on campus. And Nick, a great football coach in his first year as the head man here on the west side of Fairmont. 5 plays, 51 yards, a big answer for Bartik and the Polar Bear offense.
It was, and I really like the play call on that 2-point conversion, Travis. They gave you that option look we've seen a few times, but ran the companion play with Heston off of that for the conversion.
Edwards, that's Jameer Edwards on the kickoff return. He breaks a tackle, breaks another, and we'll have the ball to the 42-yard line, and we'll tack on a face mask penalty on top of that. So some special teams mistakes early on for these teams will give these explosive offenses outstanding field position for the second straight time.
Personal foul, face mask.
That'll be the 15-yard variety. We still have the 5 and 15 in high school. College has gone to all 15.
And I tell you what, Travis, you get Juice Edwards there, the ball. You can see he's got some moves, too. There's just not enough balls to go around on the offensive side of things, but you can tell he's going to be a good one as well.
Frankie Smith, the kicker, was flagged. Now here comes Bluefield. Beavers yet to punt. Only punted 32 times this season. Truck Edwards swerving his way through the line, takes it to the 34-yard line. Quick pickup of 10 on that fullback dive.
It's an interesting defensive alignment there for Fairmont Senior. They had big splits along the line on the right side. Edwards kind of found that after he took the handoff and galloped upfield.
At the 34-yard line, 1st and 10. Truck Edwards, 6 carries, 135 yards, and a touchdown. Again, wide splits for Fairmont Senior against that unbalanced line. And the handoff goes to Collier as they run away from the unbalanced side, or run to it rather. And a good job by Fairmont Senior just outflanking them as Nate Clifton made the tackle. A gain of a yard on that one. So we're seeing the chess match here as Fairmont defense trying to make some adjustments.
Ball's on the 33-yard line. 2nd down and 9.
Tied at 14. Bluefields go tight end right, wing left. Toss to Collier. Good lead block there from Truck Edwards, and Collier just runs out of real estate at the 26-yard line. Mookie will have a gain of about 7, 3rd and short upcoming for Bluefield.
Fairmont Senior did a nice job there, too, of using the defender, or the sideline, as an extra defender there with Bluefield running it to the short side of the field.
So 3rd and 2, and probably 2 downs to get it here at the 25-yard line. Fairmont Senior jumped out in front, 6-0. Bluefield answered back with 2 straight touchdowns, and Fairmont has answered. And there's a handoff going up the middle to Truck Edwards, and he'll take the ball down to the 18-yard line. The Fairmont coaches unhappy. It looked like the tight end with a wing to the right moved just ahead of the snap. But Bluefield goes quick and takes the ball to the 18-yard line, 1st and 10.
What a weapon in short yardage situation. You just turn the ball and say, truck, go get us a couple yards. He gets low, busts through the line, picks up 6 on that play.
1st and 10 from the 18. Bluefield chose a wide receiver wide in J.J. Davis. Flanker to the bottom of your screen. Ronell Blevins will hand it to Truck, and he'll back his way to the 16-yard line. Had white shirts all around him, but still was able to pick up 2 yards just on lower body strength.
That was a good job right there by Dominic Owens, standing him up at the line of scrimmage. We haven't seen Fairmont Senior be able to do that much tonight, but they did a nice job on that play.
Well, Bluefield likes to score fast, or they do score fast, but they're probably thinking a little clock here. Well, Fairmont, they want to keep their offense off the field. With Bluefield flag down at the snap, and Mookie Collier will be escorted out of bounds, and a massive humanity at the 18-yard line, and we'll check the marker. Came down right at the snap.
Sideline warning.
Yep, got to get. Where's the get back coach? Right? Everyone's got one. Not doing it. Everybody's juiced up, not doing his job. So play stands. Collier takes it to the 8. It's a 1st and goal for Bluefield.
You know, Travis, we've seen a couple times on this possession they run the sweep to the short side of the field. But if you look at that alignment for the Fairmont Senior defense, I wouldn't be shocked to see them run it the other way with Collier and just let him use his speed to get outside, because there's not a lot of help on the far sideline.
Yeah, ball pursuit at this point has to be full bore for Fairmont Senior. 1st and goal from the 8. Dive. Edwards breaks one tackle. They'll sling him down at the 3. Gain of 5 for Truck Edwards. Just runs so hard. Dom Owens gets him down along with Posey and Kowalski.
We've seen both types of Bluefield offense tonight. We've seen Mookie Collier with the speed around the outside, and then this drive it almost feels as if Bluefield's just saying, you know what, guys, we're just going to line up and run right at you tonight.
Handoff. Truck Edwards, left side, touchdown. Bluefield Beavers, 2nd rushing touchdown of the 1st half for the senior fullback, Truck Edwards. Bluefield back in front.
And that's all Truck Edwards on this drive. Good blocking by the offensive line, but he just was met in the hole by Fairmont Senior, just runs right through him.
All right, Paris to add the point after. Kick is good. And Bluefield back in front after, again, a special teams mistake from Fairmont Senior on that kickoff return. 15-yard face mask. And Bluefield with a very nice methodical drive. A little mixture of Collier and Truck Edwards. Pays dirt for the 2nd time in the 1st half.
Get the edge in your competition and reach for a low-fat chocolate milk. It's packed with the nutrients you need to fuel up. For more information, visit drink-milk.com.
Fire is swift and deadly. Early warning is critical. Smoke alarms are an essential early warning tool to protect yourself, your loved ones, and your possessions if a fire breaks out. If you don't have smoke alarms in your home, get them now. If you do, test them to make sure they're working. Not having working smoke alarms is just plain deadly.
When it comes to business, we all have areas of specialty, but there are times when we need guidance. We need someone to come along and show us the most creative and environmentally safe way to navigate our engineering challenges. That's where we come in. CEC stands for Civil and Environmental Consultants. You show us the problem, we'll provide you with the solution. We call West Virginia home. Visit wearecec.com. Big firm capabilities, small firm culture.
Truck Edwards with the answer, and Bluefield back in front, 21-14, 8:37 remaining here in the first half of play. Bluefield, another just punishing drive on the ground as Truck Edwards takes it in from 3 yards out for Bluefield's third rushing touchdown of the night.
Well, as advertised with this Bluefield Beaver offense, they haven't thrown a pass yet tonight, Travis. And why would you when you've got Collier and Edwards being able to run like they are tonight? Another impressive performance so far in this one.
And he plays 44-yard drive. Paris going to kick this one again short, trying to keep it away from Bryson Gilbert. It'll be returnable for Antonio Parsons, and he'll be tripped up shy of the 30-yard line on a good special teams tackle by J.J. Davis. So track meet indeed is what we have. Can Fairmont Senior keep pace after the Beavers do a good job covering down the field?
They've done a nice job on kickoff night. That's the first one where we've seen Fairmont Senior really have a chance to return it, but Bluefield had them stopped.
Connor Neal going back to work. Fairmont has gone ground and pound themselves here the last couple of drives. Connor Neal 2 for 3 throwing the football, but he has not attempted a pass here in the last couple of drives.
Yeah, Gilbert getting lathered up running behind Stills and Frazier.
Neal will keep it on the ground with a handoff to Gilbert. Looks for the cutback, finds it. Hole closes, ball came loose, no whistle. They're scrambling for it. And did they call him down or not? Bluefield has the ball at the 35-yard line. The officials are going to run in and have a discussion as to whether or not Bryson Gilbert was down. And they are going to rule that indeed he was down, and we'll get another look at it.
It's another brick break there for Fairmont Senior. That would have been a tough spot to lose the football right there.
Yep.
But it looks like they got it right, Trav. His
did.
knees were down before that ball came popping out of there.
Yep, excellent job. The officials, of course, without the benefit of replay. Freddie Simon doesn't like the call, but we've seen it. And Gilbert's knee was indeed down. Ball still in possession. Neal, play action. Back, throws over the middle. Pass is caught. Big hit, but hanging on to the ball is Antonio Parsons. Out near midfield, Mookie Collier came up to apply the hit, but it's a gain for Fairmont Senior to the 50.
Another good job by this Polar Bear offense in terms of play calling, Travis. They've been running it, and what's that do? That sucks the linebackers up a little bit. You saw that for Bluefield. On the fake there, they had to hold, and that allowed Parsons to just sneak right through the back there. Nice play by Fairmont Senior.
Yeah, great job up front, too. As you saw, that crossing route takes a minute to develop, so Neal has to hang on to the ball and wait for him to clear. Neal swings it out. Backwards pass. This will be a run. Bryson Gilbert with a flag down. And Gilbert will take it down inside the 40-yard line. And that flag came in at the feet of Caleb Walker, so this might be a blocking infraction on Fairmont Senior out on the flank.
Holding on the offense. 10 yards from the spot or foul. Replay first down.
Now, Fairmont Senior's only non-touchdown drive tonight was wiped out because of a holding penalty. They'll have to overcome this one.
That's a good point. That's a shame that play was wasted because that's a heck of a catch by Gilbert on there. It was basically a one-handed catch, but it's negated because of the hold.
And you saw it. Good look at it. Walker put the hook on Edwards. So take the ball back to the 40-yard line. First and 20. Second quarter, Bluefield on top by a touchdown. Stack receivers to both sides. Neal's back. Light pressure. Now he runs forward late, throws, and the pass is caught right at midfield. Great job by Jake Pittman to go airborne and still get a foot in as he was being shoved out. Gain to the 49.
Really nice job there by Connor Neal to keep that play alive. Bluefield had that pretty well covered. Neal bought himself enough time until he could find the open receiver.
Gain of 10 to the 49.
Second down and 11.
So second down and a long 10. I wonder when Bluefield will bring a little pressure here on Neal. It's an empty set, so a passing look for the Polar Bears. Just a four-man rush again. Neal all day to throw. Low throw, and it's juggled and incomplete. Pittman at turf level tried to scoop that one up and could not. It'll be 3rd down and 11 for Fairmont Senior.
Puts him in a little tougher spot now, obviously, at 3rd and 11. That would have been a huge play right there to set up a 3rd down and short. Now they're going to have to draw up at something else that gets them 11 yards on this play drive. Or you're probably in 4-down territory here if you can get most of it back and go for it on 4th.
Bluefield 175 yards of total offense. Fairmont Senior 170. 3rd down and 11. Ball just shy of midfield. Snap back to Neal. Looks right. Now runs back to the left. Floats the pass. Got Gilbert wide open out of the backfield. Along the sideline. Gilbert first down to the 29-yard line. What a play. Junior quarterback Connor Neal's been making those type of plays all season. Folks, keep in mind, he's a first-year starter at quarterback.
What a great job by him, as you mentioned. He looked right. His primary receivers were covered. Waited for Gilbert to slip out of the backfield there as his safety valve. Held it just long enough over the defender. Picks up the first down. Tremendous play by Neal.
An offensive timeout going to be taken by Bluefield with 6:48 remaining until halftime. This is a tough Fairmont Senior offense to defend and predict what is coming next. And how many times do we see in football at all levels, particularly in high school football, when you try to do too many things, you're not good at anything?
And they're the opposite of that, because I've been extremely impressed with their diversity tonight, and just seeing the difference in Neal from that first game we did way back at, when was that, the end of August or September?
First game of the season.
And watching him in his first start there, replacing Jake Abbott to where he is now. He has command of this offense, and he's getting great protection too. That helps a lot. Those guys are giving him some time, but that play right there was really good, how he looked off the coverage and knew right where his safety valve was.
We've mentioned it, and it'd be interesting to see. I wonder if this timeout for Freddie Simon is an opportunity for them to kind of reset and reassess what they're doing defensively in terms of pressure, not bringing it.
The challenge is, as you're well aware, you bring pressure, though, against this really good Fairmont Senior line and don't get home. Now you leave those receivers out there with those defensive backs on an island and a lot of space for Neal to work. So if you're going to bring it, you better get to him.
You see Fairmont dials up here on 1st and 10. Ball at the 29-yard line. Polar Bears down by a touchdown as we play under 7 minutes until halftime. Neal in a pistol with a wing. To the left is Caleb Walker. Now he barks instructions to a center, Shane Saylor, and will flex Antonio Parsons deeper. Back to that shovel pass. It's wide open up the middle. Caleb Walker. He turns, breaks one tackle. Walker takes the ball to the 15-yard line, a gain of 14. So they come back to the shovel pass. They got the 2-point conversion on. And again, a well-designed play.
Again, another great job and an excellent job by the offensive line for Fairmont Senior, holding their blocks. Stills was able to release down in and pick up the linebacker there that springs Walker there for the game.
1st and 10, ball at the 15-yard line. Polar Bears chewing up a little bit of the clock.
Well, now if you're Bluefield, what are you looking for?
Right, outside, inside, deep over your head.
Shovel pass, screen pass, middle of the field.
All in play. Toss sweep. That's what I would have thought. Here's Bryson Gilbert. Avoids defenders in the backfield, and he'll have to fight his way back to the original line of scrimmage and pick up a yard. It was well defended by Bluefield. Coming in, you knew it was going to be tough for Fairmont to run outside on this Beaver defense. They flow to the ball. They get hats sideline to sideline. So a short gain for Bryson Gilbert. 2nd down and 8. Gilbert 59 yards, 11 carries, but has scored a pair of touchdowns here in this first half.
You wonder, given that and the success they've had up the middle, if you don't just run behind that right side of the line again.
Neal is back. He looks, surveys. Now is flushed. Going to be hit, and he'll be sacked for the first time in the game. Drake Mullins, excellent coverage in the end zone for Bluefield. Neal bought himself time, but nobody could get open.
Yeah, you said it, because that's what Neal was doing. He was trying to hold it there to see if somebody could break open in the backfield. Bluefield didn't allow anybody to get open, and they did a great job pursuing and wrapping him up.
Fairmont Senior, 50% on third down conversions tonight, 3rd and 11 from the 16. Got a tight trip. Formation to the right. One receiver to the top of your screen on 3rd down and 11 from the 16. Bluefield brings pressure. Screen pass caught by Caleb Walker. Breaks the tackle 10. Walker walks in. Touchdown. Fairmont Senior Polar Bears threw away from the blitz. One less defender wide. And Walker picks up a downfield block. And Fairmont Senior an extra point away from tying the score.
Another well-designed play. Neal gets out of his hands in a hurry, and give credit there to J.D. Smith. The receivers for the Polar Bears are doing a great job on the outside blocking. There was another one right there to spring for the touchdown.
All right, Fairmont Senior going to go for 2 and try to get the lead here with just under 5 minutes to play until halftime. And Walker's ready. All-out blitz. Handoff. Walker down at the 8-yard line as Bluefield's Truck Edwards came through untouched to preserve the Bluefield lead at 21-20.
Well, there was some pressure, although it wasn't on a pass play.
Yep, not fooling around on that
Truck
one.
Edwards pinned his ears back and came and got the ball carrier there.
Our big answer, though, on the touchdown pass to Caleb Walker on just a little screen.
And you see 21 J.D. Smith out there that was the block that sprung Walker. So again, they've had some success with that receiver screen, and then on the 2-point conversion, that was just simply a great play by a great player, Truck Edwards.
Yeah, we talked coming in, how has Connor Neal thrown for 29 touchdowns coming in to this game, and it's on plays like that, simple. Neal's had some good throws downfield this season, but the large majority have been short throws, and he's got speedy little guys to make plays.
Well, that's what's so impressive about this offense is they put Neal in position to make the throws. He's able to do it, and they're getting the ball in the hands of all their playmakers. And they've got 4 guys with 25-plus receptions, so it's not just one guy. Bryson Gilbert, Caleb Walker, we talk a lot about, but they can spread it around here.
Impressive offensive football team is Fairmont Senior, and a young one at that. We haven't even touched on this team. Only got 6 seniors on the roster. Going to be the all-time winningest class, win or lose tonight, in Fairmont Senior football history. All right, kickoff from Frankie Smith on the run-up, and this has been a squib clinic here tonight from these kickers. Truck Edwards on the kickoff return, and he just shoves the first defender out of the way, and I believe he lost the ball. Fairmont Senior is running with it down to the 35-yard line, and he did. So they held Truck Edwards up and stripped the ball from him. And the Polar Bears get the turnover at the 35-yard line.
What a big break there for Fairmont Senior, because it looked like Truck Edwards was going to turn that into a pretty good return, and Bryson Gilbert just took it away from him.
At the 35, here's a look. So spin from Truck Edwards, and right there is the steal. And that ball is out. Tough to tell on the knees. Bryson Gilbert with the strip.
Give credit to Malachi West there, who held up Edwards and allowed Gilbert to come in and make the strip.
Polar Bears in business. Handoff going to Walker. Cuts it back. And is going to run into Truck Edwards, who is not happy. And he'll sling him down to the 32-yard line.
Really good vision there by Walker. That was a stretch play. He recognized he didn't have anything if he continued on the outside. So he cut it back to the middle, which looked like he had some territory there. But then he was brought down by Edwards.
Another look at the fumble. And, yep, good call. It looked like Gilbert had more of the ball than did Edwards when his knee hit. So on Friday night, that's Sunday, who knows?
Well, and again, what a huge break. In a game when you're trying to find stops come in a bunch of different ways. You can hold them on downs, or you can pick up a turnover, which the Polar Bears did.
Low snap, Neal sacked back at the 39-yard line. Had to pick it up, and that blew up the play as Dow came through to fall on top of him. The 279-pound defensive tackle gets the second sack of Connor Neal. And the Polar Bears will face a 3rd and 13.
And wouldn't this be a heck of a stop for Bluefield after that big turnover, giving Fairmont Senior possession in their own territory? If they can get a stop here, that would be huge.
3rd and 13 from the 38-yard line. And probably 2 down territory here for Fairmont Senior with the clock winding towards 3 minutes. Neal's got all his receivers to the right. Throws it right over the middle. Got a man wide open. Giving ground is Rhett Heston, and the Beavers rally to the ball well at the 33-yard line. Gain of 6. So a 4th down and about 7 coming up for Fairmont Senior.
Great job by the rest of the Bluefield defense because the pressure started to come from Truck Edwards. Neal recognizes it and throws it exactly in the place that Edwards just vacated, but the rest of the Bluefield defense was able to swarm the ball.
At Fairmont, 4th down opportunity here. Now we're getting an official's timeout. Polar Bears 0 for 1 on 4th downs tonight. Neal takes his time coming off the sideline. The play clock is started. Now Fairmont Senior has all 3 timeouts remaining. Solid first half for Connor Neal. 7 completions, 137 yards, and a touchdown to Caleb Walker.
Smart by Fairmont Senior here to take your time, too, because if you're going to give it back to Bluefield, you don't want them to have much time left on the clock.
Exactly what they do. They milk the play clock and stop at the 2:07. And that'll be the Polar Bears' first charge timeout of the first half. 21-20, Bluefield on top. Polar Bears trying to get the lead here. I think let's go back to the strip of Truck Edwards on the kickoff return. Give you one more angle. Watch Bryson Gilbert right there. That ball's loose. And Gilbert in that pile now has the ball before Truck Edwards' knees hit.
Yeah, Gilbert had it early there, and that's a tough one for Truck Edwards because so much of his game is about second effort. So you don't want to tell the kid to go down. You want him to keep running. We saw him score on the touchdown on 2nd, 3rd, and 4th effort. So sometimes that just happens when guys are trying to make a play.
And from an officiating standpoint, you know, those guys may be a little delayed on the whistle because he's a type of kid that will break tackles and give you extra effort. You don't want to rob him of that either.
I think that particular play was more about Bryson Gilbert making a great play than it was anything on Truck Edwards' side of things.
As play resumes, 4th down and 8. 21-20. Bluefield on top of Fairmont Senior by 1.
So this is a really critical down here because not only do you want to get the first down, but as we said, you don't want to leave too much time for Bluefield. But if you get that first down, you're going to want to hurry up a little bit so you have enough time to potentially score.
I don't think either team's real comfortable with their field goal kicking units at this point in the season, you know, outside of anything 20 yards and beyond. So it might be 4 down territory here for Fairmont Senior. Neal's back. Late pressure comes. Throws in the hole. Pass is caught at the 20-yard line. Spun down as Jake Pittman. Tackled by Coleman, but it's a gain to the 19-yard line.
I continue to be impressed with this Fairmont Senior offensive line, giving him time. And as you have mentioned before, if you're going to throw the ball in the middle of the field, you need some time for that to develop. And the Polar Bears have been giving Neal all kinds of time tonight.
1st and 10 from the 19. Clock winds under 2 minutes. Bluefield on top of Fairmont Senior by 1, 21-20. And Connor Neal wanting to score, but also wanting to use up as much of this play clock as possible. Clock's at 3. And he throws it. Then a lateral taken by Antonio Parsons. This will be a run, and he'll be ripped down at the 20-yard line, so he'll lose a yard on that one. As again, Bluefield got all kinds of maroon helmets over there across the way.
There's another one of those high percentage passes for Connor Neal.
I think it's actually going to be a run. I think that was backwards.
They throw it behind the line of scrimmage?
I think it was backwards.
So Neal 9 of 11 on the night. 82%. Does that work for a completion percentage?
Oh, absolutely. You're right. Really has only thrown one bad ball. Low snap for Neal. Pressure off the edge. He gets hit as he throws, and that one whizzes by 2 defenders and also the intended target, J.D. Smith. Boy, did that ball have some mustard on it as Neal got hit and hit hard from his front side. J.J. Davis flying the hit.
Nice job by Davis getting in there, and that's one of the few times we've seen them get home to Neal tonight. They did on that time, and you can see Neal get up a little bit gimpy after that hit.
3rd down and 11. Clock is now stopped. As you see, 101. Bluefield leads by 1. Gilbert's in the slot. Neal's back, he's sacked. Davis again. Blindside hit back at the 27-yard line as Bluefield cranks up the pressure on Connor Neal. Timeout will be taken down below.
Well, you've asked that. You've asked for Bluefield to bring some pressure. They did the last 2 times, coming from Neal's blind side right there. Again, another good job by Bluefield. Receivers are covered. Neal doesn't have anywhere to go with it, and Davis gets home.
Brought Caleb Walker in to pick up that blitz, and Walker could not keep the sophomore linebacker from getting the second consecutive big shot on the Fairmont senior quarterback, Connor Neal. Bluefield takes one of their 2 remaining timeouts, Brad, with 49 seconds to play. 21-20. And if you're wondering, Bluefield 73 yards away and 49 seconds. Why are you taking time out? You apparently have not seen Mookie Collier.
That's exactly right. So if you're a Fairmont senior on the other sideline, you're thinking the same thing here, is make sure you run this play and stay in bounds. Try and get the first down if you can, but use as much clock as you can before you have to give it over on downs if you don't get enough for the first.
Tough play call here, 4th and 18. Fairmont seniors got to get the ball down to the 9-yard line. We've seen Fairmont Senior has given Bluefield's defense a ton of things to look at here in this first half, but this one might be on the back page of the playbook.
Well, and I wonder if the success with the pressure from Bluefield on these last 2 maybe have scared Fairmont Senior away from trying one for the end zone, that maybe you just run the ball here and see if you can get into the half.
Fully loaded gun for Connor Neal. Bluefield shows pressure, and they may have jumped in the neutral zone, or Fairmont Senior moved. There was a little movement up front from Bluefield, but not enough to draw the flag. And they did get the false start from Antonio Parsons out wide. So an impossible 4th down becomes perhaps insurmountable now at 4th and 23. I think for Fairmont Senior, you've got to be very careful right here. You're feeling pretty good about yourself, down by 1. Neal's back, going to crank, he's going to fire for Gilbert, and he makes the catch at the 1. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Touchdown, Bryson Gilbert. He's done it his entire career. 2 years ago in the state semifinals at Bridgeport, almost the exact same play as Bryson Gilbert out jumps the defensive back, and the Polar Bears convert on a 4th and very long.
Well, so much for trying to go into the half without any damage right there. They go right at the end zone, but that was interesting. J.J. Davis almost got there again. He was coming hard off the corner. Fairmont Senior picked him up this time, allowed Neal just enough time to be able to throw it into the end zone.
Amazing play by Bryson Gilbert, on a football team where we talk a lot about Dante Stills, but this team would not be in this situation without Bryson Gilbert.
And once again, credit Caleb Walker. We've seen him do it on the outside. That time he stayed in to protect the blind side for Neal, was able to shove J.J. Davis just off the route enough that gave Neal the time he needed for the touchdown pass.
So now Fairmont Senior will take one of their timeouts, as obviously here they'll go for 2. Try to give themselves a touchdown lead.
A big play, too, not just for the obvious that it gives you the lead, but how about mentally for that Bluefield team that thought they were going to get the ball back with Mookie Collier and a chance to make a big play, instead staring now at a 26-21 deficit.
Well, how about Bryson Gilbert? He set up this possession on the thievery of Truck Edwards on that kickoff. It's almost fitting that he gets rewarded an opportunity to make another unbelievable play. Here comes motion across the formation. Neal rolls to that side, throws back of the end zone, and the pass is intercepted. So the try for 2 is no good, as Coleman gets the interception, and Coleman was beat for the touchdown, so he redeems himself and keeps it a 5-point Fairmont senior lead with 42 seconds remaining until halftime.
You know, that was a new little wrinkle there, too, seeing Neal with a little rollout to the left side, his throwing side right there. He just didn't have anybody open. Been really impressed with this Fairmont senior offense, the diversity in the play calling so far in the first half.
Well, now Bluefield's opportunity. Your serve, Beavers. 1 timeout remaining. Tell you, Mookie's not had the ball in a while.
Still a lot of time.
Absolutely.
A lot of time if you've got number 3 on your team.
Will be interesting to see how Fairmont Senior plays this kickoff. We've seen nothing but sky kicks so far, or squibs from both teams. And Freddie Simon, the old ball coach from Bluefield, knows him. He's in a ball game tonight, 35th year, 252 wins, 9th trip into the state title game, unbeaten teams in 97, 2004, and 2007. All right, Frankie Smith has it teed up. Another squib kick. Going to give Bluefield outstanding field position, but a diving catch by Blevins, so that was an effective kick by Smith. Got Blevins off his feet, at least, on the short kick. So here comes Bluefield, about 55 yards away with 41 seconds and 1 timeout.
That was a great kick. He put it right in the spot, forcing Blevins to have to run full speed and just make the catch rather than be able to get a return. Perfect placement on that one.
All right, Chandler Cooper, quarterback from Bluefield, lines him up in an I formation. Hands the ball to Collier. Collier's hit up straight in the hole, but tries to work his way to the sideline, and Posey cannot keep him from getting out of bounds. So Collier gets out to stop the clock at the 42-yard line after a gain of 5.
That was a good job by Posey to stand him up and ride him all the way to the sideline there.
Well, does Cooper throw for the first time in the last 2 weeks?
I don't know, Trev. You got number 3 back there. I think I keep feeding Collier.
Second down, 5. Cooper is back, and he is going to throw it deep. Overthrown and incomplete. Good coverage, too. And Fairmont Senior knew that was coming as Gage Michael ranges back and ran step for step with Cornell Blevins. So that stops the clock with 28 seconds remaining and a 3rd and 5 upcoming.
Well, you called it. You got your pass.
Yep, I got it. Now let's go back to number 3.
Now give it to 3.
Well, Cooper's going to throw again. Pass batted down. Incomplete. Knocked out of the air by Nate Clifton. And Bluefield's going to have to punt.
That's where you have to be careful, though, Travis, right there. Because that's not, that ball gets batted up in the air like that, and bad things can happen when it's floating around up there.
Punt team comes on. Colin Paris, the sophomore. 32 punts, 37-yard average on the season. Nick Barczyk making sure that his team gets a line, but first we had a false start on Bluefield as they came to the line.
On the offense.
You've really seen the momentum switch here over to the Fairmont Senior side. They get the touchdown to take the lead, and then the rare defensive stop right there. You can tell their kids are pumped up right now.
Snap back to Paris. Boots it out of there. End over end kick. Kicks it away from Bryson Gilbert. That's a good move. Gilbert takes it inside the 25, and it'll be touchdown at the 22-yard line with 14 seconds remaining. So Fairmont Senior has a timeout, but probably going to be content to take this 26-21 lead into the locker room at halftime.
So you're not going to look for Bryson Gilbert deep here?
Sure, why not? Connor Neal under center. He'll take a knee. And Fairmont will take a 5-point lead into the locker room at halftime. But Bradley, we thought this had a chance to be a classic, and we're halfway there, but so far it has lived up to the billing.
It has. Both offenses extremely impressive there in the first half. Fairmont Senior able to just make one more play in that half than Bluefield was, hence the 26-21 lead as we head to the half.
Yeah, big plays in that first half. Mookie Collier 127 yards rushing on 12 carries and a touchdown. Truck Edwards has scored second, but without a doubt, Bryson Gilbert with the biggest impact in the football game in that first half. As Gilbert 2 rushing touchdowns, had a steal of the football against Truck Edwards, and then of course on the 4th down and forever he outjumps the defensive back in the front end of the end zone for a 4th down conversion touchdown for Fairmont Senior. Impressive half a ball for the Polar Bears. Let's go downstairs. Garrett Cullen from WVMetroNews.com, who has Nick Bartik.
Yeah, Coach, here with Fairmont Senior Coach Nick Bartik. And Coach, how about the way you guys took control there, the late few minutes in the second half, or the second quarter?
That's Bryson Gilbert, making the strip on the kickoff, and he makes that incredible catch in the end zone. Flipped the momentum for us, put them in a situation where they had to throw the ball. But they get the ball first here in the second half, so we're going to have to make some adjustments and need to stop.
How about that first drive to take control of momentum early and able to bounce back after they answered as well?
Right, absolutely. And, we end up getting the stop we needed, and it's probably going to come down to a couple possessions, a couple plays, and maybe even here gets the ball last here.
Last thing here, your message to your group at the half up in the state title game.
Stay the course.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Baby.
There you go, guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Garrett. Fairmont Senior up by 5 at halftime, trying to win their first state championship since 1946. Polar Bears by 5 here at halftime at Wheeling Island Stadium.
Hogging the internet is your right. You should be able to stream video, access cloud applications, and download large files as much as you want. But without fiber, the internet can be frustrating. So get CityNet's fiber optic network. It's the fastest internet available. It's thousands of times faster than those little pickies and has the best reliability with virtually unlimited bandwidth. So go ahead. It's okay. Hog the internet. Get the fastest internet on a network that's built to last.
70 years ago, the Kennedy Award was created. It's the highest honor presented to the state's top high school football player. Some of the greatest names to ever play the game here in the Mountain State have had their name inscribed on the Kennedy Award. CEC, Civil and Environmental Consultants, has chosen to support the Kennedy Award in high school sports in West Virginia. That's because, like great athletes, CEC works each and every day to be the very best. CEC, big firm capabilities, small firm culture.
Shopping, dining, lodging, and entertainment. Hit the Highlands.
Life lessons I've learned from competing in sports have definitely been to work with one another.
The best thing about high school sports is the community that it is.
I'll always remember it. I've made the best of friends that will last a lifetime.
My reason why is competition.
My reason why is team.
My reason why is progress.
This is a story about Gus, who more than anything wanted a toy car for Christmas. But his father, who just lost his job, came home early one day to say there wouldn't be a Christmas this year. Gus told his dad it was okay. Yet while hardships fell on Gus's family, an army of good people was filling little red kettles and fighting to give kids like Gus the Christmas they had wished for.
Well, some happy Fairmont senior cheerleaders at halftime. Polar Bears lead by 5 at the break, 26-21. Now we welcome you back inside Wheeling Island Stadium. Travis Jones along with Brad Howell. And Brad, everything you could want in a championship game at halftime. You've got all the big stars making big plays.
Yeah, we've seen big scoring there in the first half, but the key was Bryson Gilbert was really fantastic offensively and getting the big strip there. So Gilbert, the MVP of the halftime.
Yeah, no question. And you look at Mookie Collier, great first half, a rushing touchdown. Truck Edwards with 2 rushing touchdowns in that first half. And we talked about defensive stops in that first half, how big they would be. Turnovers are huge, but defensive stops are big.
Yeah, and as we were saying, those stops come in a couple different ways. You can force it on downs, or you can get turnovers. We've seen the turnovers have the bigger impact so far.
Start the third quarter. Bluefield will get this football, and it is almost crucial. This is a tennis match, right? It's back and forth. First team to blink is going to be the team that's going to lose.
So is this a must-have touchdown drive for Bluefield? I would expect Mookie Collier to get a heavy workload here. It was a quiet second quarter for him, so look for him to get the ball as we start the second half.
All right, Fairmont Senior leading by 5 at halftime, 26-21, our halftime score in the Class AA State Championship game. The Fairmont Senior Polar Bear Marching Band, directed by John Schneider, entertaining the fans here in Wheeling. Let's listen in.
Nobody understands. Life's just too hard. I don't know if I really want to die. Who cares? What are you doing, man? This is not the answer. Think. They would not be better off without you. I just don't know what else to do. They would be devastated. We've been through this before, and we made it. We worked it out. Now think.
National Suicide Prevention Lifeline.
Hello, my name is Billy. I need help.
Brooke! 911, my husband's having a heart attack. Brooke,
we're going to start CPR on him, okay? I'm going to tell you what to do.
Okay.
Push down firmly with only the heels of your hands. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.
Cheerleading is not just peppiness. Cheerleading is not just what you see at games. It's taught me if you just push forward, you can accomplish anything. My reason why is progress.
When you drive impaired in West Virginia, you break the law and endanger the lives of others. Law enforcement across the state is committed to keeping impaired drivers off the road. If you drive impaired, be prepared to pay the price. There are consequences. It's simple, West Virginia. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Hi, it's Tony Caridi with your invitation to join us for the CityNet statewide sports line. If it's happening in West Virginia and it's sports, we'll talk about it. So join us here at 6:06 for the CityNet statewide sports line.
There once was a child named Emma who was warm and happy. But that was a long, long time ago. Now, most of all, she misses listening to old Christmas records and sharing a meal with family. But all around the city, people are fighting to help folks just like Emma. And thanks to them, she will once again hear music at Christmas, feel the warmth of shelter, a good meal, and a little hope.
We're back at halftime at Wheeling Island Stadium in the Class AA State Championship game. The Fairmont Senior Polar Bears on top of Bluefield, 26-21. Of course, this weekend wraps up and signifies the end of the fall sports in the state of West Virginia with the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission. Had state championships already in volleyball at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum. Also already in cross country and soccer taking place down in Beckley, and the golf tournaments already as well. So champions already crowned in the state of West Virginia for this high school sports year, and we look forward to the winter sports kicking up with basketball right around the corner. Girls course underway already. The boys just a couple of weeks away, and our state champion winners already in the fall of 2017 in golf. The Red Devils of Ravenswood, Wyoming East in Class AA, and Washington winning in Class AAA. In volleyball at the Charleston Civic Center, Wirt, the winner in Class Single A. The Colts of Philip Barber repeat in Class AA, and Musselman, the Applemen, the Class AAA volleyball winners. Cross country, boys, Single A, AA went to the Bees of East Fairmont. AAA won by the Mohegans of Morgantown. On the girls' side in Single A and AA, Winfield, the Generals, picking up a state championship in cross country, and the University High Hawks in Class AAA. In soccer, on the boys' side, again down in Beckley, Single A, AA went to the Wildcats of Nitro, and AAA, the Hurricane Redskins. And on the girls' side, Robert C. Byrd, the Flying Eagles, win the Single A, AA title, while Cabell Midland, the Knights, pick up the championship in Class AAA in our fall sports. So you add all those in, we look at our MVB Bank Champions Cup in Class AA girls. The Winfield Generals currently have the lead on Robert C. Byrd, presented by MVB Bank. This is an annual cup to recognize West Virginia's best boys and girls high school athletic programs for academic and athletic achievements. See the standings in Class AA on the girls' side so far through the season. Take a look at the Class AA boys rankings, and the Bees of East Fairmont currently lead the Polar Bears of Fairmont Senior. Bridgeport is third, Winfield and Lewis County rounding out the top five. There's a look at the Champions Cup ratings so far. Welcome Bernie Dolan, director of the West Virginia Secondary Schools Activities Commission. You can tell he's a Northern Panhandle guy, folks. No jacket.
No.
Making me look
great night tonight.
Soft up here, Bernie. Hey, great job, MBV Bank and WVSSAC to come up with the Champions Cup. Kind of talk about the program. What was the thinking behind starting this year?
Well, first of all, I think our goal, both with MVB Bank and with the SSAC, was to recognize great programs, not just great teams, but we have our championships to recognize them. Somebody might win a overall MVB Bank Champions Cup with never winning a championship because they have great programs all year long. And the other part that we thought is our students, they're student athletes. And so we think that having an educational component in there is so important. And the graduation rate right now is the most important thing. And so we've tied you get points for your graduation rate. And, we think that's going to be great. And we're going to have other ways as we come up with other ways to give points for academics.
Yeah, I know it's an exciting thing. It's been well received, and I know that the schools really look forward to, after every state championship event, to check those ratings to see how much they move the needle.
And I think if you look, there hasn't been any repeat winners in all of our fall sports so far. It's been somebody different, and I think that's a great thing for the state of West Virginia, and it's great for our schools. We'll crown 3 more this week, and then we got cheer next week. And so that'll wrap up the fall and really give people a chance to see it taking place.
All right, Bernie, we appreciate it, buddy. We look forward to talking to you throughout the weekend. I know this is a very special weekend for you with your deep roots in the Super Six, and we look forward to a couple of more great football games this weekend, including a great second half still to come. Fairmont Senior leading Bluefield by 5, 26-21 at halftime on the island.
Hogging the internet is your right. You should be able to stream video, access cloud applications, and download large files as much as you want. But without fiber, the internet can be frustrating. So get CityNet's fiber optic network. It's the fastest internet available. It's thousands of times faster than those little pickies and has the best reliability with virtually unlimited bandwidth. So go ahead. It's okay. Hog the internet. Get the fastest internet on a network that's built to last.
When it comes to business, we all have areas of specialty, but there are times when we need guidance. We need someone to come along and show us the most creative and environmentally safe way to navigate our engineering challenges. That's where we come in. CEC stands for Civil and Environmental Consultants. You show us the problem, we'll provide you with the solution. We call West Virginia home. Visit wearecec.com. Big firm capabilities, small firm culture.
Shopping, dining, lodging, and entertainment. Hit the Highlands.
Life lessons I've learned from competing in sports have definitely been to work with one another.
The best thing about high school sports is the community that it is.
I'll always remember it. I've made the best of friends that will last a lifetime.
My reason why is competition.
My reason why is team.
My reason why is progress.
It's time to reconnect with who we are. Proud, hardworking, resilient. West Virginia.
Just a couple minutes away from the start of the third quarter. Fairmont Senior leading Bluefield 26-21 after a pair of touchdowns for Bryson Gilbert in that first half as Gilbert continues his outstanding senior season, All-State a year ago. So 5-point lead for Fairmont Senior. Again, Bluefield getting ready to start this third quarter with the balls. The Bluefield Band just wrapping up their field show here at halftime. Both bands entertaining the fans here at Wheeling Island Stadium. Doing an outstanding job on this cool night. Temperature dropped off a little bit since we started here earlier this evening. Well, great year this year in West Virginia high school football, and we have got our Metro News Player of the Year candidates. Garrett Cullen has more.
Last year's Metro News High School Football Player of the Year came out of Class AA and Mingo Central quarterback Jeremy Dillon. Let's take a look at some of the best players from Class AA this year on teams with deep postseason runs. While Dillon's Miners came up just one game short of the Super Six again, he ends this season with slightly better numbers than a year ago from that state championship run. During his senior season, Dillon totaled over 4,200 yards of offense, nearly 200 yards better than a season ago, and accounted for 61 touchdowns. That's the same number from his junior year. He did have 7 interceptions. Dillon's teammates running back Dawson Eli and receiver Drew Hatfield both put up over 1,000 yards of total offense for the Miners as well. Bluefield, meanwhile, made its title game run this season behind a combination of backs in Mookie Collier and Truck Edwards. Collier put on a show in the semifinal win over Bridgeport, rushing for 294 yards and 4 scores on just 17 carries. He enters the Super Six with over 2,000 yards rushing, averaging 15 yards per carry, and having accounted for 38 total touchdowns. Edwards is averaging 8 yards per carry with over 1,000 yards rushing and 25 touchdowns on the season. WVU commit Dante Stills for Fairmont Senior is one of the Polar Bears' most notable names. It's also been Bryson Gilbert who has led Fairmont Senior to the title game again in Class AA. Gilbert has over 1,800 all-purpose yards, has rushed for 19 touchdowns, and caught 5 more touchdown passes as well. Quarterback Connor Neal has completed 65% of his passes for over 2,200 yards and 29 touchdowns for Fairmont Senior. Bridgeport advanced into the semifinals behind running back Jake Bowen, who tallied just under 2,000 rushing yards and was one of those team leaders in tackles defensively. And now Point Pleasant quarterback Kason Payne, Wayne running back Michael Bartram, and Winfield quarterback Andrew Huff all had big years on quarterfinal teams as well.
All right, thanks a lot, Garrett, for that Player of the Year rundown. And let's go downstairs to Garrett Cullen. He has Freddie Simon.
Hey, Coach, what was your message to the team at the half?
Just keep playing. We played hard. We haven't had any many breaks. We got to make our breaks, and one player can make a play, and things can change real quick. So we just got to make a play.
All right, good luck in the second half.
Thank you very much,
guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Garrett. Yeah, he's got a player that can make a play and make it pretty fast. And Mookie Collier and his offense will have the ball to start the third quarter. And we come back. Fairmont Senior leading Bluefield by 5.
Hogging the internet is your right. You should be able to stream video, access cloud applications, and download large files as much as you want. But without fiber, the internet can be frustrating. So get CityNet's fiber optic network. It's the fastest internet available. It's thousands of times faster than those little pickies and has the best reliability with virtually unlimited bandwidth. So go ahead. It's okay. Hog the internet. Get the fastest internet on a network that's built to last.
Shopping, dining, lodging, and entertainment. Hit the Highlands.
Life lessons I've learned from competing in sports have definitely been to work with one another.
The best thing about high school sports is the community that it is.
I'll always remember it. I've made the best of friends that will last a lifetime.
My reason why is competition.
My reason why is team.
My reason why is progress.
There once was a child named Emma who was warm and happy. But that was a long, long time ago. Now, most of all, she misses listening to old Christmas records and sharing a meal with family. But all around the city, people are fighting to help folks just like Emma. And thanks to them, she will once again hear music at Christmas, feel the warmth of shelter, a good meal, and a little hope.
Entertaining first half. Fairmont Senior leads by 5. And Brad, we heard a lot of names of Player of the Year candidates from both these two teams. Bryson Gilbert, Connor Neal, of course, Truck and Collier for Bluefield. And those guys factoring in these numbers. Fairmont Senior pretty dominant, 260 yards of total offense in that first half.
Yeah, they were, and they really made some hay there in the second quarter, Travis. 135 yards to 49 yards. Advantage Fairmont Senior. 130 of those 135 came through the air from Connor Neal. So an impressive second quarter in particular for the Polar Bears.
10 of 13 for Neal in that first half. 188, 2 touchdowns. Bryson Gilbert was that big touchdown reception on 4th down and forever. 32 yards out just before the half came to an end to give Fairmont Senior the lead. 26-21. Polar Bears set to kick off to start this third quarter of play with the title on the line. Bluefield has won 10 since 1959. Here's the kickoff coming to the near side. Going to be fielded. And on the return, and a loose ball on the carpet. And Bluefield avoids disaster, as getting back on it was Jameer Edwards at the 20-yard line after he was coughed up.
And that was a near fumble right after the catch, and then it eventually popped out there. So a huge break for Bluefield, being able to fall on that ball and retain possession. That would have been a disastrous start to the second half.
Neal dropped it. Edwards saves the day, perhaps, for Bluefield. Beavers go to work from the 20, 1st and 10. Out of the eye set. Start the third quarter like they did the game with the dive handoff to Truck Edwards. Kind of soften the middle. He'll pick up a couple of yards on that fullback dive. Truck 11th carry of the night for 54 yards.
I would think we'll see number 3, Mookie Collier, here before too much longer. It feels, Travis, like it's been a really long time since we've called his name.
Yeah, Bluefield had that last series to end the half that they ended up punting on, and he got the first carry of that series, but his touches have been limited. Going to throw it down the line. Good toss and catch. Here's Edwards. Shakes over the 25. Jameer Edwards falls out to the 32-yard line. And that'll be a first down for Bluefield. They may score that as a run, as that ball was thrown, looked like, behind Edwards.
Well, that may go down as a run. That was a nice looking throw, though. Cooper brought that out there, had some zip on the ball, and then we saw the wiggle there from Edwards that we saw in the kick return. You can tell he's going to be a good one, Travis.
Just a junior, and the heir apparent to Mookie Collier, the senior. So Collier gets the toss sweep, runs into his lead blocker, Truck Edwards, and that'll slow him up. Fairmont Senior corrals him, stops his forward progress at the 40. That's going to be a gain of 8 for Mookie Collier. 294 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns last week. 127 and a touchdown this week thus far.
That plays a good indication of how good he is, in that Fairmont Senior did a pretty good job of bottling him up. He still got 8.
Well, you got a back that's averaging 15 a carry. That's a win. Truck Edwards up the middle, and he will ramble to the first down of the 46 with Dante Stills climbing up his back. So Bluefield moves the sticks for the second time on the drive as they've taken the ball from their own 20 out to the 46-yard line.
It's a good job by the Beaver offensive line right there, opening the hole. Edwards didn't have to do a lot of that on his own, just hit the hole and fall forward.
Twins wide right. Toss out to Collier. Well defended. Breaks one tackle, breaks another one. He dances to a positive gain as Frazier hangs on for dear life right at midfield. Collier. I tell you what, he's one of those guys you talk about, Brad, that he's in a phone booth and you just can't get your hands on him.
Well, that's as impressive as a 4-yard run as you're going to see. 8 different Fairmont Senior Polar Bears had a shot at him or got their hand on him on that possession.
As you and I talked, he's still looking for a college home. Is Mookie Collier.
I would think he won't have to wait much longer. There's some teams that could use his services.
Hopefully there's some eyes on him tonight. That young man deserves his chance. Handoff goes to Truck Edwards. And Edwards will bounce free, but again, Zach Frazier, big, strong sophomore, makes the tackle at the 49-yard line. Pickup of a couple Bluefield faces another third down. Beavers 4 or 5 on third down conversions tonight.
That was a good job by Nathaniel Clifton right there to hold up Edwards until he got some help.
Need the 44. Whistle, stop play, and a timeout taken by Bluefield. So Freddie Simon did not see something to his liking, as he will take one early here with 8:26 to play in the third quarter. Bluefield facing a crucial third down and about 5 from their own 49-yard line.
Smart call there by the veteran head coach. This is a critical possession and a critical down in that possession. Make sure you have everybody on the same page, because you're going to need to keep this drive going.
All right, we'll come back for this big third down. 5-point lead for Fairmont Senior. 8:26 to play, just underway here in the third quarter.
Hogging the internet is your right. You should be able to stream video, access cloud applications, and download large files as much as you want. But without fiber, the internet can be frustrating. So get CityNet's fiber optic network. It's the fastest internet available. It's thousands of times faster than those little pickies and has the best reliability with virtually unlimited bandwidth. So go ahead. It's okay. Hog the internet. Get the fastest internet on a network that's built to last.
Sports have always been a part of my life, and to go out there and represent my school, my community, and my family, it means everything. My reason why is team.
It's time to reconnect with who we are. Proud, hardworking, resilient, West Virginia.
Garrett Cullen inviting you to join us on Wednesday nights from 7:06 until 9 o'clock as we talk high school sports across the Mountain State with the Metro News High School Sports Line. Interviews with players and coaches every week. Metro News High School Sports Line.
All right, Freddie Simon burns one early. We'll see if it pays off. Just underway here in the third quarter. His Beavers facing a crucial third down and 5 with the ball right near midfield. You see Bluefield nearly perfect on third down conversions tonight. Collier gets it, and he is ripped down by Frazier just as he was getting going at the 46-yard line. Boy, that looked like that was going to be an easy first down. And Frazier, we talked about him in the start, makes a huge play.
Well, Collier was at full speed before he got the football, and he hit that hole in a hurry, but Zach Frazier shed the block, reaches out with one hand, and makes the play.
Now Bluefield is going to send the punt team on. As Colin Paris will come on to punt it away. Bryson Gilbert drops deep. Second punt of the night for Bluefield. And he will boot it. It's going to be a short but high kick, non-returnable. Take a Fairmont Senior bounce. And we'll go out of bounds at the 32-yard line. So it's a punt of about 13 yards. So golden opportunity for the Polar Bears now with 7:32 to play in the third quarter to build on their lead.
Yeah, you wonder if Fred Simon will look back on that one and wonder if he should have gone for it, since you only gained with a net of 12 or 13 right there.
His players certainly were trying to get him to go for it there. But Simon trying to pin Fairmont Senior deep in their own end did not work. From the 32-yard line, 1st and 10. Fairmont Senior offense back to work with a toss sweep coming to Bryson Gilbert. He breaks a tackle in the backfield, breaks another one, will turn it into a positive, spins, and is out at the 34-yard line. Well, this Bluefield defense is finding out what it's like to tackle a combination of Collier and Edwards, right?
Gilbert just keeps coming, right?
They had him dead to rights in the backfield.
Well, it's a nice job. They made enough contact with him that they slowed him down and were able to hold him up until help came, because at one point it looked like Gilbert had a lot of field right there if he could get the corner turned.
Gain of 2. Gilbert lines up in the pistol. Neal is back, sets up the screen. It is caught by Caleb Walker. Walker dances to the 40. First down gain out to the 45-yard line. Caleb Walker, a gain of 9. And a Fairmont senior first down.
Another well-designed play there for the Polar Bears, allowing that to develop, let the linemen get out in front. You had Stills and Frazier both out front leading the charge. Caleb Walker picked his spot, cut it back, picks up the first down. You know, this is the part of the game, too, Travis. We need to keep an eye on both of these teams because you have a lot of guys that go both ways for both of these teams. Who's able to stay in shape and keep their energy and their wind up is going to be critical here in the third.
From the 45, Walker rolls out, throws, pass caught. On his knees at the 46-yard line as Antonio Parsons makes that catch, his 4th catch of the night. And that's a gain of 9.
Second down and 1.
It's a really nice throw for Neal. Again, you get him rolling left, plenty of time. He didn't have to worry about pressure at all. Lays it right out there for another near first down. Still have second and less than a yard here.
You saw he put it right over the head of Jameer Edwards. And leapt into the air trying to get that deflection or interception. Second down and a yard, motion from Walker. Neal's back, he's going to throw it to him. Walker makes the catch, shakes free, but help comes, but he will be slammed down near the first down as Sean Martin got over to make the tackle for Bluefield. But they'll spot it at the 45-yard line, and that'll be right at the lead stick.
Well, that was a long pass for not a lot of yardage, but it looks like they got just enough, Travis, to get the first down there and keep those chains moving.
5:56 to play in the third quarter. Fairmont Senior has had this football a lot in the second half of the second quarter, and now here in the third as Neal goes over 200 yards passing on that completion. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Snap to Neal, throws in a hole again. Turning to the right is Heston. Heston has the first down to the 34-yard line. Now, Fairmont Senior has got Bluefield's defense completely off balance right now. They don't know what's coming next.
Yeah, and you can see why. Another well-designed play right there. Fairmont Senior took Pittman, the wide receiver, and brought him split as far as we've seen anybody split today, nearly to the numbers, which opens up that little area in the field. They were able to dump it underneath for a big gain. You're right, this offense is so diverse right now. Bluefield has no idea what's coming.
First and 10 from the 34. Neal does a hand signal out to Jake Pittman. Takes the snap, hands it to Bryson Gilbert. There's penetration, and they get Gilbert down in the backfield at the 38-yard line. A great tackle made by J.J. Davis in one of the rare times tonight that the first Bluefield defender gets Bryson Gilbert to the turf.
Davis is starting to get some pressure in there. We called his name at the end of the first half 3 times on that last possession. There he is again, getting some really good penetration.
Loss of 3 on that one. Second down, 13. Bluefield trying to get a stop. This is a team that is not used to trailing in the playoffs. They've beaten their postseason opponents by 30-plus points. And a pass is caught by Pittman along the sideline, and he's wrestled out of bounds at the 27. It's going to be a gain of 10. And Fairmont Senior will be in a manageable third down and 3.
And Connor Neal just continues to do what's asked of him. There's another rollout left to his throwing side. Finds Pittman over by the sideline. A nice, easy throw and catch. Protection. Plenty of time to get it out, and open receiver on the sideline. This offense is really clicking right now.
Walker's in the backfield as Bryson Gilbert goes wide. He's at the top of your screen alongside number 3, Antonio Parsons. Third down and 3. Handoff goes to Walker right up the middle. Walker is going to be hit and pushed backwards. Forward progress gets him to the 25-yard line. And that's going to be just short by about a half a yard of the first down as Walker loses his lid, has to come out for this play.
Bluefield did a nice job there of stopping that for not a big gain. Given how much Fairmont Senior had been throwing the ball, you thought maybe a run there could pop, and they did a good job of holding him contained.
Gilbert will come back into the backfield as they run Owens in. They'll put Owens in the backfield, the lead block for Bryson Gilbert. Dom Owens, 6'1", 275, and the broken eye right. Handoff, Gilbert hit, dropped. No, Neal kept it and runs for the first down. I was faked out. Bluefield's defense was faked out, and a great pull from Neal as Gilbert got blown up in the backfield by Jameer Edwards.
What a tremendous fake by Neal on the outside. Edwards gets up and is incredulous that was a first down. He thought he made a stop right there, blowing him up in the backfield.
Well, I wouldn't have argued.
that was one of those plays. That was a great play call, but then perfect execution. Neal held the fake, pulled it at just the right time, and got just enough for a first down.
Replay fourth down.
All right.
Ooh.
I wasn't the only one fake out. The official was as well. They blew the whistle when Gilbert went down. So it's an inadvertent whistle. We'll replay the down.
Now that's a really tough break there for Fairmont Senior.
Yep, 4th and a half yard.
Nick Bardick certainly not happy that they've got to replay that critical fourth down.
All right, they'll change the alignment. Caleb Walker can come back in now. And he's in the lead blocking position. Here's Neal, back to pass, throws over the middle. Pass is caught, and a first down to the 20-yard line, pulled in by Antonio Parsons, a gain of 5. They'll give him forward lean to the 18 for 7. And the Polar Bears convert on the fourth down.
Again, this offense just continues to impress, having to replay a fourth down. They used one of their great plays, a deception play. Do they come back and run it again? No, they throw it this time. Very impressive offensive drive so far here by Fairmont Senior.
17th first down of the night for the Polar Bears, 10 for Bluefield. Neal takes the snap, is chased, and he's going to throw it. The pass is caught. Beautiful throw from Neal. And they're going to wave it off and say that Walker did not get a foot in, so it's incomplete. But what a throw by Neal. A defender right there to make the interception. J.J. Davis, whoop, goes right over his head.
Yeah, you mentioned that earlier in the half, and I think it surprised Walker a little bit that the ball got by J.J. Davis. He almost had the play. It looked close over there on the sidelines. The officials say he was bobbling it, but that was awful close.
That's second down and 10. That's just the 4th incompletion thrown by Connor Neal from the 18-yard line. Neal throws over the middle again. Pass caught. Slammed down at the 3. 1st and goal. Antonio Parsons. As Connor Neal is right now surgically carving up this Bluefield defense.
And once again, credit the Fairmont Senior offensive line, because Bluefield's trying to get some pressure on there. Not only is the offensive line picking it up, but that's what's allowing that middle of the field to be open where Neal is just going to work on it.
Tackle by Mookie Collier, but it's a 1st and goal. Fairmont Senior. Polar Bears looking for the first double-digit lead of this game. Bluefield shows blitz. Neal in trouble. Spins away from Truck Edwards. Neal runs it towards the 1, and he's going to be shoved back. Connor Neal on that quarterback run. Again, showing great escapability as he was finished off by Sean Martin. It's a 2nd down and goal from the 1-yard line.
Just a good individual play there by Neal. Edwards got into the backfield and was ready to disrupt that play. Neal did a good job to spin away and pick up what he could.
Bluefield needs a turnover in the worst way. 70 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Fairmont Seniors played clean tonight, and they have a 2nd and goal from the 1.
This would be a good time to follow that big right side of the offensive line, wouldn't it, Travis?
Got Owens again, the lead blocker in the backfield, the offensive lineman, and we get whistle and a stoppage. No flag. Timeout taken by Fairmont Senior. 55.6. Both teams have taken a timeout, and Fairmont Senior needed that when the play clock was winding down and did not want to take that 5-yard penalty in this crucial 2nd and goal from the 1. 55 seconds, 3rd quarter. Polar Bears knocking on the door.
Remember when a trip to the bank meant getting a lollipop reward just because you walked in with Mom? At MVB Bank, we want you to feel that stress-free again. We're dedicated to making your life easier with the latest technologies, and our MVB Bank professionals value your trust. So step out of the banking world as you know it and discover convenient, peace-of-mind banking and a rewarding visit every time. MVB Bank, your most valuable bank. Member FDIC.
Score the winning touchdown with the new Ford or Lincoln vehicle from Thornhill, where huge discounts are always in the play call, and total service will keep you fit for every game. For total inventory options, shop Thornhill Ford Lincoln for your next ride.
Score big with total savings every day on new Buick, Chevy, and GMC at Thornhill GM Superstore.
Allow our winning offense to help you score a new GM ride and save every time.
For the best in GM certified sales and service, find new roads to Thornhill GM Superstore.
Fairmont Senior, 12-play drive, 67 yards, and they would love for it to be 68. They're on the 1-yard line. 2nd down and goal to go with a 5-point lead. Quick snap. Neal lost the ball. I think it's loose in the pile, and it's a touchback recovered by Truck Edwards. Fairmont Senior tried to go quick. Neal came up. He never got the snap back. The ball rolled into the end zone, and Edwards recovers it.
Yeah, you said it right there, Travis. You could tell Neal, in an effort to go fast and try and surprise Bluefield there, never got his hands completely on the football.
Touchback. 1st and 10 from the 20.
Well, we said Bluefield needed it, and they got it. Shane Saylor snapped it back, and you see it never got into Neal's hands. And then the ball, once it's in that pile, it's anybody's ball, and it actually trickles out the back end of the pile. And Truck Edwards, number 5, you can see, bends over and picks it up. An early Christmas gift for Truck.
Huge break for Bluefield.
Toss sweep to Mookie Collier. Breaks a tackle, breaks another, and runs out of bounds along the near sideline at the 29-yard line. As Mookie picks up 9 on that carry. Kowalski ran him out.
Some new life here for the Beavers, too. That was about to be a very difficult position, going down by 2 scores. Now they're right back in it, don't have to change a thing about their game plan.
2nd down and a yard. Collier got out of bounds, so the clock is stopped with 45 seconds. High set. Cooper hands it as they pull the guard and the tackle. Handoff goes to Collier. Short gain, but he'll pick up the 1st down to the 32. So Bluefield will move the chains with 40.8 seconds to play. Maybe a snap or 2 left in this quarter for Bluefield. Fairmont Senior doing a much better job containing Collier. He's not had the big burst since the 2nd series of the game. Handoff goes to Truck Edwards, and Truck moves the pile. We've got Frazier trying to put it in neutral. And the ball at the 37-yard line.
And there's that second effort by Truck Edwards, where you were mentioning earlier in the first half, where it's hard to decide if you're the officials, when do you blow it down for forward progress stop, because it just seems to keep going.
End of 3 in the Class AA state championship game. Neither team scored, but plenty of third quarter fireworks as the Fairmont Senior Polar Bears turn it over at the 1-yard line. Bluefield trying to march towards the lead as we start the fourth quarter of play after this break.
Hogging the internet is your right. You should be able to stream video, access cloud applications, and download large files as much as you want. But without fiber, the internet can be frustrating. So get CityNet's fiber optic network. It's the fastest internet available. It's thousands of times faster than those little pickies and has the best reliability with virtually unlimited bandwidth. So go ahead. It's okay. Hog the internet. Get the fastest internet on a network that's built to last.
Get the edge in your competition and reach for a low-fat chocolate milk. It's packed with the nutrients you need to fuel up. For more information, visit drink-milk.com.
There once was a child named Emma who was warm and happy. But that was a long, long time ago. Now, most of all, she misses listening to old Christmas records and sharing a meal with family. But all around the city, people are fighting to help folks just like Emma. And thanks to them, she will once again hear music at Christmas, feel the warmth of shelter, a good meal, and a little hope.
Ready for the start of the fourth quarter. Truck Edwards getting stretched out during the break here. He'll be cramping up a little bit. He's had a huge game, including Brad, a huge turnover down at the 1-yard line.
And that, as you said, the ball just didn't ever get into Connor Neal's hands. He bobbles it, and then the scrum is right in the middle of the field, but the ball squirts through. Give Truck Edwards credit. He saw it right from the bad snap, stayed on top of it, and comes up with the fumble recovery.
So Bluefield has taken the ball from the 20 and moved it out to the 37. Second down and 5 as we start this fourth quarter. Collier with the handoff. And Collier will dive to the 41-yard line. Posey on the stop. Along with help from Kowalski. Third and short, about a third and a yard upcoming for Bluefield.
Good job by Posey there and Kowalski on the wrap-up. Because you've got all these Fairmont senior defenders up top, if Collier busts one of those, there's nobody on the back end to help. That's why he's had so many big plays.
Collier 18 carries, 157, averaging 9 yards a carry. Edwards gets this one, and he will rumble forward to the first down. Kowalski again making the stop. But Bluefield moves the chains at the 45-yard line. We talked about ball possession and ball control for Bluefield, despite being a high-powered, high-scoring offense. Best case scenario for your Bluefield, you eat up a lot of this fourth quarter clock, score the touchdown, give Fairmont Senior a limited time to come back at you.
Yeah, and you can do that only down one score.
Collier wants to pick it up in chunks, and he'll take it inside the 45 to the 43-yard line as he has his best run since midway through the second quarter. 12 yards on that one and a first down for Bluefield.
Yeah, and you can see him right there. He pops outside. He thought he had it. He was a missed tackle away from breaking it. You can see him come up shaking his fist knowing, I almost had that to the house.
43-yard line, first and 10 for Mookie Collier and the Bluefield Beavers. Run blitz from Fairmont Senior. Collier again to the left side. Breaks another tackle. He takes it to the 36-yard line. Gain of 7. I feel like we probably covered all the adjectives you could talk about with Collier tonight, but you just come back to how impressive he is being able to shed tacklers and pick up a ton of yards after first contact.
I'm also impressed how fast he can get up to top speed. There's been multiple times tonight on that handoff from deep in the eye that he's hitting that line of scrimmage at nearly top speed.
Gain of 7. Back to Edwards. Breaks loose, breaks another one, and is tackled by Antonio Parsons to the 28-yard line, a gain of 8.
Boy, he's a load out there, isn't he, Travis? He's popping pads. You can hear it up here in the press box.
5'11", 218 for Truck Edwards. You know, the amazing thing is there's 13 games in 16 plus 20 weeks of practice more on top of that body, and still to be able to run that powerful.
And so many of these players playing both ways. So it's not just that Truck Edwards is getting the ball or Mookie Collier getting the ball on the offensive side. They're turning around and having to play those snaps at defense as well. And Truck Edwards in particular, Travis, I mean, how many times have you called his name defensively this evening?
Right now, man of the hour in Bluefield on that fumble recovery. If the Beavers can forge ahead in this fourth quarter. Magnus Sheets, a good tackle. Collier on that play, holds it to a yard. 2nd down and 9. Back to Collier. Slips one. Can't slip the second. Posey gets him down at the 23-yard line with Zach Frazier also there to clean it up, and a penalty marker back behind the play. And a chop block called on Fairmont Senior. So you get that call trying to take out a lead blocker. So a big penalty on Fairmont Senior. That is their 5th of the night for now 55 yards.
And here's Bluefield taking a little of that momentum back. You can hear their crowd getting into it.
Tough to see it from that angle happen back in the formation. Truck Edwards comes out. And looks like he's just getting a breather here. Ball will be spotted at the 11. Martin will check into the backfield as the lead blocker. Toss sweep, Collier. Block for Martin. Collier upended at the 6. Tackled by Bryson Gilbert.
See, I like that play call for Bluefield. Travis, you go to the wide side of the field there where he has a ton of area to work, and you could see him stutter stepping there trying to pick his spots where he could find a hole before he exploded up in it.
Truck Edwards. Break, last one play. He's back into that Bluefield offensive alignment. There's J.J. Davis along with him. 2nd and 5. Bluefield can get a first down at the 1. And again, whistle, stop play. And Bluefield will take their 2nd timeout of this second half.
Bluefield, 2nd timeout of the half.
So 8:16 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Beavers facing a 2nd down and 5 from the 6. Bluefield trying to regain the lead with 8:16 to play in the fourth quarter in the Class AA state title game.
Shopping, dining, lodging, and entertainment. Hit the Highlands.
70 years ago, the Kennedy Award was created. It's the highest honor presented to the state's top high school football player. Some of the greatest names to ever play the game here in the Mountain State have had their name inscribed on the Kennedy Award. CEC, Civil and Environmental Consultants, has chosen to support the Kennedy Award in high school sports in West Virginia. That's because, like great athletes, CEC works each and every day to be the very best. CEC, big firm capabilities, small firm culture.
Get the edge in your competition and reach for a low-fat chocolate milk. It's packed with the nutrients you need to fuel up. For more information, visit drink-milk.com.
So Bluefield, one timeout remaining, 8:16 to play. They have the ball on the doorstep. Play resumes 2nd and 5 from the 6-yard line. 11 plays on this drive. We talked to Collier, had to touch the ball more, and he has.
And he has. 5 of the last 6 plays have been Mookie Collier. And some of that may be Truck Edwards with the cramp, but you're also seeing Mookie Collier starting to get loosened up a little bit.
Truck Edwards back in. They were working on Juice Edwards during the timeout as well. So despite it being a chilly night tonight, you get the adrenaline going, pumping through your veins, and cramp up a little bit. Handoff goes to the Truck, finds a little sliver, falls down to the 4, and here comes a huge 3rd down and about 3 from the 4-yard line for Bluefield. Clock at 8 minutes to play. Again, Bluefield down by 5, and they've only attempted 4 field goals on the season. Probably not on the radar. 2 downs to get it, and 2 downs to take the lead here midway through the 4th quarter. Edwards again, and he will split the difference. Needed 3, got about 1.5 yards. And here we go. Decision time for Freddie Simon. Decision has been made. Offense will stay on the field. Martin will check in. And it's a 4th down and a long one from the 3. The same area of the field where Fairmont Senior had a chance to perhaps put the game away. Truck Edwards will check out. Martin will go in on this crucial 4th down. Beavers' first attempt of the night. Toss sweep. Collier. Cut back. Will depend on the spot. He got forward lean. Remember, Bluefield can get a 1st down without the touchdown. Great defensive play there. Bluefield thinks they have the 1st down. They'll spot the ball. It looks like it's inside the 1, and it is a 1st down Bluefield. They'll have 4 more cracks at it. And that's big because now they can take more time off the clock if they don't score here early in this set.
Well, that's huge because Fairmont Senior did about as good a job as you can on this play. Zach Frazier fighting off blocks. He gets over there to make the play along with number 51, Kowalski. So those 2 kids did a great job doing what they had to do. Collier with just enough to get that critical 1st down.
What a game Kowalski has played. We've called his name, seems like, on every play. 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Truck Edwards is back in. He tries to push Cooper into the end zone. Could not. Cooper, they'll say forward progress is stopped inside the 1 down near the goal line.
This is a tall order here for this Polar Bear defense, Travis, to try and stop Bluefield 4 times inside the 1-yard line. But they do it on 1st down.
Bartik imploring his defense. 2nd down and goal to go. Ball just inside the 1. Edwards the fullback. Collier the tailback. Quarterback sneak again, and this time Truck will shove Cooper into the end zone for the Bluefield touchdown. So they go back-to-back quarterback sneaks, and Chandler Cooper, the junior quarterback, scores just his 2nd rushing touchdown of the season. And it might be the most important.
Impressive drive there for Bluefield, and you saw everybody on display. Cooper, Collier, Truck Edwards.
So now Bluefield will go for 2 after the quarterback sneak. And with the assist from Truck Edwards.
Good job. You just plow ahead there because Dante Stills had some penetration, but they went just to the right of him and were able to find a seam to get in.
Play clock is at 5. Again, Bluefield, only 1 timeout remaining. Cooper takes the snap, toss sweep to Collier. Wall of blocking, and Mookie Collier runs it in for the 2-point conversion. So Fairmont Senior trails with 5:54 remaining here in the 4th quarter by 3 on just an impressive drive for the Bluefield Beavers. 16 plays, 80-yard drive after the turnover from Fairmont Senior inside the 1-yard line. Cooper takes it in, and Bluefield leads by 3 with 5:54 to play in the 4th quarter. All right, so what does Fairmont have for the Bluefield defense? Don't move a muscle. We know you won't.
Remember when a trip to the bank meant getting a lollipop reward just because you walked in with Mom? At MVB Bank, we want you to feel that stress-free again. We're dedicated to making your life easier with the latest technologies, and our MVB Bank professionals value your trust. So step out of the banking world as you know it and discover convenient, peace-of-mind banking and a rewarding visit every time. MVB Bank, your most valuable bank. Member FDIC.
Score the winning touchdown with a new Ford or Lincoln vehicle from Thornhill, where huge discounts are always in the play call and total service will keep you fit for every game. For total inventory options, shop Thornhill Ford Lincoln for your next ride.
Score big with total savings every day on new Buick, Chevy, and GMC at Thornhill GM Superstore.
Allow our winning offense to help you score a new GM ride and save every time.
For the best in GM certified sales and service, find new roads to Thornhill GM Superstore.
Well, what a drive from Bluefield. They eat up 7 minutes of game clock, go 80 yards after the Fairmont senior turnover, and they take the lead 29-26 with 5:54 remaining in the fourth quarter.
Heck of an answer there by Bluefield. You said it's 7 minutes time of possession for them, but that answers the Fairmont senior drive that took 6:44.
And here comes the kickoff from Paris. Again, a sky kick coming to the near side. Parsons will make the catch at the 25, breaks a tackle at the 30, and then Edwards gets him down at the 33-yard line. So 5:54 to play. Fairmont senior, 2 timeouts remaining, down by 3. Connor Neal has been superb tonight, and he will have an opportunity to write his name in the annals of Fairmont senior. 17 of 21, 252 yards. Again, the Polar Bears won a state championship as voted on by the Sports Writers Association in 1946. Neal is ready. Fires along the sideline, and the pass is caught one-handed by Bryson Gilbert in between 2 defenders at the 34.
Bryson Gilbert.
What a tremendous pass by Neal. A great catch by Gilbert, but here's what's interesting. Bluefield knew that was coming. They had double coverage out here on Gilbert. They still went to him. Neal was able to overthrow the double coverage and get it before the safety could come over on help. Incredible pass by Neal. Great catch by Gilbert.
Gain to the 34-yard line. 33 yards on that completion. 5:42 to play. Comes a blitz. Neal stands in. He fires wide open. Pittman makes the catch at the 22. Wrestled to the ground immediately and tackled at the 23-yard line by Arnold Martin. Fairmont senior. Now they've got to worry about scoring too fast here.
Another great job by Neal, because Bluefield is just saying, all right, Bryson Gilbert, that's enough. They're stacking 2 defenders out here right on top of him and making Neal look somewhere else. He did on that play effectively.
2 defenders, the top of your screen on number 5, Bryson Gilbert. Connor Neal, Fairmont Senior's going to have to take a timeout. Neal doesn't have the play call. Well, Fairmont will take their second timeout of the half, so both teams now will have 1 remaining.
Second time
This is the first possession of the fourth quarter for Fairmont Senior. They wasted no time. They've had a lot of time to sit on the sideline and think about what they were going to run. They got back in. They've marched right down the field.
Big play after big play tonight for Bryson Gilbert. 58 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns receiving, 3 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown.
How about Connor Neal's numbers, Travis? He's 19 of 23 throwing the football, 83%, 297 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Again, Neal, first-year starter. He was the junior varsity quarterback a year ago for Fairmont Senior, but had a chance to watch Jake Abbott lead Fairmont Senior to the AA championship game a year ago. Certainly tonight's game has had no reflection whatsoever of last year's game, in which Mingo Central came roaring back from an early touchdown deficit to win the school's first Class AA state championship.
Now this will be interesting to watch here for Fairmont Senior. If Bluefield continues to double on Gilbert, who's going to be the guy that steps up here?
Neal was like the slot guy. J.D. Smith in the slot, along with Antonio Parsons. 1st and 10 from the 22. Snap back to Neal. 4-man rush all day to throw. Throws it to Pittman. Pittman falls as he makes the catch at the 17-yard line in front of Chandler Cooper. That'll be a gain of 5. Clock winds, under 5 minutes to play. 2nd down and 5 for Fairmont Senior.
And you'll obviously take the 5 yards if you're Nick Bardick there, but there was room to run had he been able to stay on his feet.
Now does Bluefield dare bring heat and leave Gilbert man on man? The answer right here is no. They've got 3 defenders shaded to this side. Neal throws it, dropped, incomplete, intended for J.D. Smith. 3rd down and 5.
Another good throw by Neal out there in the flat. And that's a long throw, Travis. He's throwing from the hash mark closest to us to the far sideline. Had plenty of zip on that ball.
Just the 5th incompletion tonight for Connor Neal. He was thrown for over 300 yards. Pair of touchdowns. 20 of 25. 17 yards away from a late lead for the Polar Bears. Down by 3. Neal's ready. 5-man rush. Steps up in the pocket. Late pressure. They got a hold of him. Neal's down. Sacked. Ball came loose too. Will they rule him down at the 28? The officials run in. Bluefield football. Sack, strip, and a recovery by Sean Martin.
Tremendous job right there by Sean Martin and Bluefield getting through there and making that play. And the first guy to get there was Deontay Powell. He did an excellent job of getting the hand on the back of the jersey of Neal. We've seen Neal escape those all night. He couldn't get away there on that critical play.
Second big turnover for Fairmont Senior in this second half as Neal coughs it up. And now Bluefield has the ball. Fairmont Senior can stop the clock once. The Beavers need first downs to run this clock out. Or touchdown to seal it. Collier into the secondary. And he runs to the 40, a gain of 11, and a Bluefield first down.
And they attack that area of the defensive line for Fairmont Senior. That's that big split. It's over the left guard and tackle for Bluefield. They gave it to Collier, and he hit that hole at full speed.
Again, now the timeout's huge. Fairmont Senior had to take 2 here on the offensive side of the football. And a 3:58. Cooper doing a good job milking this clock. Play clock is at 5. Collier has it. He fumbles. Loose ball. Collier fighting for it, along with Posey at the 40. And they're going to have to unpile it. Fairmont says they have it. Bluefield says they have it. It's Fairmont football. Kowalski with the recovery at the 40-yard line. The Polar Bears have new life.
Huge break there for the Polar Bears, and a good job by Posey to hang on to that because he had it, then got rolled over on his back. It looked like Collier was going to take it back from him.
So credit the strip to Sheets. There, Posey has a good recovery. Collier almost ripped it back from him. Matter of fact, he did, rolled over with the ball, but in the scrum, I'm not even sure who came out with it. It had to have been Kowalski. Turnovers 2 apiece. 1st and 10, ball at the 40. Give to Gilbert. And he falls forward to the 36-yard line for a gain of 4.
Juice Edwards and J.D. Smith, a little extracurricular activity after the play there.
A good job by Dante Stills. He grabbed a hold of his player Smith and pulled him away. Clock winds to 3 minutes. Snap back to Neal. Pressure comes off the edge again. He escapes. Neal surveys right at the line of scrimmage, has to keep the ball, and he will work up the sideline and be shoved out. They'll say he stepped out at the 20-yard line. So a 16-yard scramble for Connor Neal. Stops the clock with 2:46 to play.
And once again, there's Neal being able to keep that play alive. As he's scrambling, he's continuing to look downfield. I thought he was going to tuck it and run, Travis. He had a lot of green, but he looked up, kept trying to find a receiver, can't find one, avoids Chandler Cooper, and is able to pick up another 12 yards on top of that.
Ball at the 20, Fairmont senior football with 2:46 to play. 1st and 10. Bluefield leads by 3. Who makes the next big play? It could be the game winner. Neal is back. He looks, holds on, hit, lost ball again. It is loose at the 25-yard line. And I believe Fairmont senior Zach Frazier gets on the ball as Neal limps away from the pile.
Fortunate there for Fairmont senior. Heads up by Frazier to see the loose ball and get down on it.
Frazier says he's all right, but Bluefield's starting to get pressure, and coming from his weak side, his blind side, hit on that by J.J. Davis.
How many times have you said that tonight now? Almost every time Bluefield's got pressure, it's come from Davis.
Neal went to the sideline, said he's okay, but he's not moving real well here on this 2nd down and 15. Snap back to Neal. He's stationary. Now he has to jog to the left, and he throws and threw it wide. Pittman wide open down at the 12-yard line. But Neal in some discomfort. It goes to 3rd and 15 from the 25.
And you could see the pressure there again. That wasn't enough to force a sack on Connor Neal or even a quarterback hurry, but you could see the pocket collapsing a little bit like it hasn't most of the night. He's been able to sit back there and pick the Beavers apart. These last couple of plays, he's not been able to do that.
Yeah, did not get set on that one. So 2 downs for the Polar Bears to get 15 yards. Trailing by 3 late. Again, from here, if you're thinking field goal, it would be 42 yards. And Fairmont seniors Frankie Smith is just 1 of 5 on the season. Here's Caleb Walker, and Truck Edwards will tackle him at the 25-yard line. No gain. It's 4th and 15. Again, clock at 1:40. Fairmont senior may take their final timeout here to make sure they get the right play call, because this is the ball game if they do not get the 1st down.
It's a great job by that whole Bluefield defense, but Edwards in particular not biting on the reverse, staying home, and then making the tackle in the open field.
Play clock winding, and Fairmont senior will in fact take a timeout with 1:17 remaining. So again, that's Fairmont's final timeout. 29-26. How ironic would this be? With a game that featured no defense in the first half, it's going to be the defense that wins the championship, possibly for Bluefield if they get this stop.
It has been the tale of 2 halves. You saw the great offenses for both teams on display in the first half, and you're right, this second half has been about defense, in particular this possession. Huge for Bluefield, but we're in a similar position as we saw there in the first half on 4th down. when Connor Neal found Gilbert in the end zone.
Turnovers and none bigger than that one. Fairmont Senior in a position to take a 2-possession lead in this game, turned it over. Connor Neal gets sacked and fumbled, and then Mookie Collier with a very rare fumble on the great poke out by Magnus Sheets, and the recovery from Fairmont Senior gets us into this spot. But now Fairmont Senior needs 15 yards to keep their championship hopes alive on 4th down.
Yeah, those have all been critical, but the Neal fumble down by the end zone on the bad snap was absolutely enormous, because if Bluefield goes down 2 scores, that really fouls them up with the offense they like to run.
You can almost guarantee in that Beaver defensive huddle, there was a lot of discussion about Bryson Gilbert, number 5. Where he is, and you do not let him get behind you. Gilbert going to be double covered, tight man with a safety over the top. Trips out wide to the wide side of the field on 4th and 15. Snap back to Neal. Neal trying to keep the game alive. Throws into triple coverage. Ball knocked down at the 5-yard line by Mookie Collier. Bluefield takes over on downs with 72 seconds to play. And Fairmont Senior is out of timeouts.
Tremendous defensive stand by the Beavers. After that fumble there by Collier, they didn't let up at all. They stayed back. They protected the end zone here. Collier closes on it. A leaping deflection. Excellent play right there by the Beavers.
Final timeout of the game.
Going to Antonio Parsons, and why not? His favorite target. And boy, your heart breaks for Connor Neal. He deserved a better fate tonight. With 1:12 to play. What a football game that young man played.
20 of 27, 302 yards and 2 touchdowns for Neal on the evening.
Bluefield takes the timeout just to get everything right. And all they will have to do is snap it a couple of times here. They will send another state championship back to Bluefield. After Freddie Simon, it is going to be his 4th unbeaten season in Bluefield history. What an unbelievable job he has done. Took over the program from John Chamara, who won state titles in 75 and 84. Simon certainly going to be mentioned in the same breath with Merrill Gaynor, the outstanding coach from Bluefield, who led the Beavers to 4 titles before leaving in 1967 with 87 wins in 93 games coached. Knee taken by Chandler Cooper. Clock starts, and again, Fairmont Senior cannot stop it. Bluefield needs a good snap from Julius Gaddy and a knee from Chandler Cooper. And he takes it. Hands go in the air for the Bluefield Beavers. Perfection. In 2017. And Bluefield will not have to snap it again. Let the celebration begin. What a game. Brad Howe, one of those games where it's a shame someone honestly had to lose.
It is well played on both sides. Great individual performances for both teams. Great team performances and wonderful seasons, obviously, by both of these teams.
Dante Stills, his football career, of course, just beginning. Off to West Virginia. But this special Bluefield football team found a way to get it done.
47 combined points in the first half, just 8 there in the second.
Now, turnover is going to be a huge story in this one. Fairmont Senior. And will long remember that fumble at the 1-yard line on a second down and goal to go from the 1, leading 26-21 when they had a chance to salt the game away. But it did not happen. Bad snap. Connor Neal couldn't handle it on a quarterback sneak. Truck Edwards with the recovery. And that capped what might be called in Bluefield for a long time as the drive.
It might be. You know, we talked so much about these two wonderful running backs for Bluefield and Truck Edwards and Mookie Collier. Kind of interesting that the big play, Truck Edwards, was defensively on the fumble, and then Collier bats down the 4th down play from his safety position to get the win.
Yep, both way players. Let's check in with Garrett Cullen, who has the victorious head coach, Freddie Simon.
Thanks, guys. Hey, Coach, just your initial reaction. What's this feeling like?
Unbelievable. You can't imagine right now. It's unbelievable.
How about that defensive stop when they're there at the 1? You get the fumble recovery and the touchdown.
We had to have a play, and we finally made one, and I'm so proud of our players.
And then how about coming back, answering right with that touchdown?
Unbelievable. I mean, you couldn't write it any better than this, guys.
Yeah, and tale of two halves. All the offense in the first half, and then you win it on a defensive play.
Yeah, it was super.
Okay, thanks, Coach. Go enjoy it.
All right, thanks a lot, Garrett. Freddie Simon almost at a loss for words to process this one, but he will have 8 months to ponder it. We'll be back with more in Wheeling. Bluefield, state champs.
Get the edge in your competition and reach for a low-fat chocolate milk. It's packed with the nutrients you need to fuel up. For more information, visit drink-milk.com.
Hogging the internet is your right. You should be able to stream video, access cloud applications, and download large files as much as you want. But without fiber, the internet can be frustrating. So get CityNet's fiber optic network. It's the fastest internet available. It's thousands of times faster than those little pickies and has the best reliability with virtually unlimited bandwidth. So go ahead. It's okay. Hog the internet. Get the fastest internet on a network that's built to last.
No matter where you live in West Virginia, high school sports makes an impact in our communities. Each year, nearly 90,000 students compete while their family and friends cheer on their teams. MVB Bank is honored to support our student athletes and present the MVB Bank Champions Cup, awarded to the state's most successful schools. MVB Bank salutes the WVSSAC and our student athletes. MVB Bank, your most valuable bank and a corporate champion of the West Virginia Secondary School Activities Commission. MVB Bank, member FDIC. When it comes to business, we all have areas of specialty, but there are times when we need guidance. We need someone to come along and show us the most creative and environmentally safe way to navigate our engineering challenges. That's where we come in. CEC stands for Civil and Environmental Consultants. You show us the problem, we'll provide you with the solution. We call West Virginia home. Visit wearecec.com. Big firm capabilities, small firm culture.
State championship trophy headed to Bluefield High School. The Beavers in just a classic Class AA state championship game, 29-26. Brad Howe comes down to the final play of the game, and with his AAA and single A schools tomorrow, they got a lot to live up to.
A lot to live up to is right. That was a tremendous game, as we thought it would be at the beginning. And I'm just so impressed with Bluefield all the way around. Mookie Collier, as advertised, 199 yards rushing. Truck Edwards, good offensively as well, but I felt like we called his name a ton defensively, and that was the story of the second half. Bluefield doing a good job of holding that efficient, tremendous Fairmont senior offense in check. They get the state title.
Connor Neal, the MVP for Fairmont Senior tonight, receiving his award. 302 yards passing tonight for Connor Neal on 27 attempts and 20 completions, 2 touchdowns in this game. And Mookie Collier receiving the Sam Mumley MVP award from the WVSSAC and the Super 6 committee as Mookie Collier finishes his outstanding Bluefield career with 26 carries, 199 yards, and a touchdown on the night. So Mookie Collier caps it with nearly 2,300 yards rushing this season and 33 rushing touchdowns. What a 2 weeks he has had. Nearly 400 yards rushing for Mookie Collier. Again, still looking for a home at the next level in terms of where he'll play next year. But Collier he'll be a steal for somebody.
Oh, he should, and his phone should be ringing right now. And you said it earlier, what a tremendous push by that young man for the Kennedy Award and the Metro News Player of the Year.
Yeah, that'll be announced next week at WVMetroNews.com. Boy, what a game tonight. The Bluefield Beavers create enough turnovers and get enough defensive stops late in this game to hang on for a state championship. Freddie Simon, his 5th title with the Bluefield Beavers as the longtime head coach picks up his 4th unbeaten, untied season during his time at Bluefield High School. 2017 Class AA State Champions Bluefield. For Brad Howe and Garrett Cullen, Travis Jones, good night.